finale of this program. This unique initiative was launched by USO for schools in collaboration with Tata Capital and IDOBRO Impact Solutions. Through this National Financial Literacy Program for students of Standard 8 to 12, we aim to create awareness on the basis of financial literacy. And today, after 3 months of learning online modules, attending webinars, attempting online tests, submitting project reports, and finally, sharing video presentations, we are here today for the final phase of this program. I'm truly looking forward to hearing from the students, and I am very impressed by the awareness that students now have to do to the program. So, let us now start the day. Now, I would like to request Ms. Deepali Bhagat from IDOBRO Impact Solutions, one of our esteemed partner, to come on stage and set the stage for morning session. Ms. Deepali.
Good morning, everyone. This is great. Like yesterday we reached here and we are seeing that bundle of joy, all the children coming along from so many states. So good morning to everyone. This is me, Deepali Bhagwate. I represent my organization, IDOBRO Impact Solution. And we work under 3 particular verticals: partnership, citizenship, and entrepreneurship. Citizenship is a vertical where we do a lot of things for teachers and for youth. And working with youth is one of my favorite things. And DhanGyan is a project that is very special to us because this is something that Tata Capital envisioned in 2015, that financial literacy is something that is an important life skill. Now, to get that important life skill to your doorstep was a task. And USO, United School Organization, is one of our, as she said, one of our favorite person is DhanGyan, and her team does this humongous task of reaching to almost 48 school?
Yeah, 49.
49 school and covering 5,000 students. That was a humongous. So we should give a big round of applause to them for doing this. Now, having said that, this competition itself is something that we were looking out. This is our 2nd year, right, Nina? And we were looking out for the more people to participate, more youth to participate. So this year it was open for 8 to 12th grade, grade 8 to grade 12. And we have seen humongous response from the youth. This national education policy, having that enrollment of financial literacy as a life skill, though it has taken a boom, but still, many people don't understand that this is something that you have to learn from your childhood. And I am very glad that with this DhanGyan program, with USO being part, and us taking it and being Tata Capital, the holder of it, we are trying to make it as available as possible to every community around this India. Youth is one of the bigger pillar, because India has this power. We are the only country with youth, right? Yes. So I would like to, congratulate you again for being in the finale. Winning and losing, it's not something, but making it there, that is something that we have to. So applaud for yourself that you have done a fantastic job of understanding 5 modules. And I will request you all to continue and complete the 9 modules so that you get a certificate from Tata also. So having said that, I will wish you all the best, and thank you so much. Thank you, Nina.
Thank you, Ms. Deepali, for your lovely words. Is everybody excited? Now let me call Ms. Neena Jain, Secretary General of USO, to introduce the judges and also to go over the guidelines once again for the presentation. Good morning, everyone. Okay, everyone has had breakfast, I think. You are all rested, so that good morning was not very strong good morning. Let's redo. Good morning, everyone. I'm sure the teachers and the principals will resonate that when you say good morning, unless the energy from the students comes out, it doesn't feel the same. This room was very different when it was just the adults here, but now with the students, you all are making your own difference. So the room already feels different. So first of all, very, very warm welcome to all of you. A lot of the teachers and students are coming here from all parts of India, and I don't know for how many this is the first visit to Delhi. Anybody? You all have come to Delhi before? Okay, so then I guess that doesn't mean, that means I can't say anything that you don't already know. But we have especially made sure that the weather is a little bit more pleasant. Otherwise, it would have been very hot. So let me take the first chance to introduce to you all our esteemed judges. We are really, really happy that we have amongst us Dr. Rudrani Bhattacharya. She is from the... She's from the National Institute of Public Finance and Policy, our neighbors. We have taken the liberty of calling her, and also Mr. Soumya Upadhyay, who is an alumnus from the IIFT, which is the Indian Institute of Foreign Trade, also our neighbors. So welcome to both of you. They are our independent judges, which means that they have not yet seen any of the presentations or any of your videos. So when you address them, I would focus in this angle. And then we also have, and we are truly honored that our partner judges are here from IDOBRO Impact Solutions. We have Ms. Karen Shaiva, who is the MD of IDOBRO Impact Solutions. And you just heard from Ms. Deepali, so who has been in charge of this program through and through. So to all the students and the wonderful teachers who are here today and the principals, wish you all, first of all, a very good morning. But before we start our program, and I apologize, we are a little behind schedule, but I want to ask the students, who's nervous? Nice. So already on that, let's just clap for each other, all right? So as Ms. Deepali just said, that you all have made it this far, which is a commendation. It's not about winning, it's not about losing, because your participation is winning already. So that is key. Please do remember that. Kindly look at yourselves as friends. You're not competitors. You will all learn something additional from here when you leave. Maybe someone else's idea was good. Maybe someone else's presentation style was different. Whatever it may be, please take this opportunity, apart from the presentation, to also interact with one another. You will learn something and you will take it with you, and it'll help you at some other point of time in your life. All right, so anybody seen Shark Tank? Right. So what we didn't want to, we didn't mean to, but I think somehow this event is turning out to be a little similar to Shark Tank. So, which means that you are coming with your idea and you're trying to convince the judges that your idea is sound, well thought of, and attainable. So those 5 modules that you did, can you all remind me of the 5 modules that you did, the online modules that you did in January perhaps? Oh my. Okay, I'll give you a hint. The first one is SMART goals. Yes. Next. Yes. Excellent. Nice. So now it's a refresher for all of you, I guess. All of those were key. And just like you have in your presentations taken little bits of each of these 5 modules and turned it into a great idea of what you would do with the 25 lakhs of inheritance that you will receive. By the way, on a different note, I hope we all get to receive such inheritances. So this is how you're going to put your idea into practice. We saw and went ahead. We have obviously from the start seen all your presentations
the ones on the PowerPoint and also on the ones on the videos. And I must say, each of your idea is unique. Very, very unique, entrepreneurial in many respects. Some of you have done extensive research, and it was very nice to see how seriously you all took this competition. That means a lot to all of us, because a lot goes into planning and executing a program such as this for a long period of time, and that too nationally. Okay, so I was here to talk about what you would probably expect, and I went on a different tangent. But this is very simple. So for all of you, please relax, first of all. Take a deep breath before you come in when your turn is going to be called. You will be given 10 minutes. The students will be given 10 minutes to go through their presentation. We've had a little bit of a, I don't know if the laptop yahan aa jayega. So perhaps the laptop cannot be moved here, but there will be someone to help you out. Students, please present. The first 10 minutes is your time. Tell the judges everything that you want them to know about your presentation. Once you finish, the judges will ask you questions based on your presentation and anything else that you said. The accompanying teacher or principal, whoever is with them, may assist them if they get stuck. Because at the end of the day, it's about helping the students and guiding them. So please do assist them if you feel the need, but only during Q&A, the question and answer round. So with that, I think Jolly ma'am will give you the rest of the details. But with that, I want to wish all of you a very, very good luck. Do well, all of you, and all the best. And welcome again to Delhi. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Neena, for your inspiring words. Now, may I please request all participating teachers and students to proceed the adjoining Darwin Hall. When your school is announced, the presenting student and teacher may please come back here. Okay, got it? The list of participating school for the agenda you have already with this. First one, this is an alphabetical order of schools. ASN Senior Secondary School, Delhi. Birla Balika, Vidyapeeth, Rajasthan. GK Shetty, Hindu Vidyalaya Matric Senior Secondary School, Tamil Nadu. Good Shepherd English School, Puducherry. Harvest International Innovation Campus, Karnataka. Kerala English Medium School, Odisha. Dalmia High School, Maharashtra. Parvathy Anugrahaa International School, Tamil Nadu. Pathseekers School, Punjab. And last one, SLS DAV Public School, Delhi. Now you may please proceed to adjoining hall. Thank you and all the best. No. Now, may I request Master Ritvik Thakur from ASN Senior Secondary School, Delhi, to please come and come.
Good morning, everyone. I am Ritvik Thakur of Class 8th of ASN Senior Secondary School, Mayur Vihar, Delhi. First of all, I would like to thank USO, Tata Capital, and my school to provide me such an opportunity to attend DhanGyan program. My class teacher, Mrs. Renu Goyal, helped me a lot during this session. After I cleared the phase 1 of the program, I was assigned a project in phase 2. In this project, I had to assume that I got an amount of rupees 25 lakhs from my grandfather and had to plan investment for this amount using the learnings of DhanGyan program. I set my goals for higher education as well as higher net worth. I used the money to grow, take care of inflation, and to provide me maximum return on investment. My goal is specific, that is high net worth and higher education. My goal is measurable, that is rupees 35 lakhs net worth. My goal is achievable and realistic. My goal is time bound, that is 10 years. I have prepared a cash flow statement in which I have shown all the schemes in which I have invested my money in. For ensuring my life, I invested in a life insurance policy of SBI Life with a 10-year term and annual premium of rupees 50,000 for 10 years. It will cost me a total of rupees 5 lakhs. After 10 years, I will get a maturity amount of rupees 6.1 lakhs and also get life cover during this period. I purchased a health insurance policy of rupees 10 lakhs with an annual premium of rupees 10,000 for rupees. I invested rupees 2.5 lakhs in market-linked bonds to provide me liquidity as well as market-linked profits. I invested rupees 5 lakhs in Kisan Vikas Patra, which would double to rupees 10 lakhs in 10 years. I purchased National Savings Certificate for rupees 6.5 lakhs, which would grow to rupees 9.1 lakhs after 5 years. I opened a savings bank account and deposited rupees 2 lakhs in it for liquidity purpose and for taking care of my regular needs. I opened a bank fixed deposit at an auto renewal form for 1 year to avoid any impact cost in case I need this money earlier. After 10 years, I would get a maturity amount of rupees 5.9 lakhs. Next. Thank you, Alisa. I don't know, it's not working. तो शायद ये नई वाली स्लाइड में ओके नई वाली स्लाइड जो आपने पहले सबमिट की थी ना दैट वाज अलाउड इट वाज सेलेक्टेड
nothing is there only thank you slide is there the last one is thank you
my goal is specific, that is higher net worth and higher education. My goal is time bound, measurable, achievable and realistic. I want to thank DhanGyan program from the core of my heart, as only because of this program I was able to create my investment and become financially mature. first catch.
This one. Yes.
Teacher, please come on stage and you can stay there.
Over to you.
Questions. So, how much is the inflation rate in the issue?
Inflation rate. Yeah, no concern.
You said you took care of the inflation rate, right, in the beginning? The Fed took care of the inflation. What was the rate you have?
I just, for a name, which I have not calculated.
He has not calculated.
How did you take care if you did not calculate? You said you took care of the inflation rate, right?
So, what do you think that after 10 years, how much will be the inflation? How much is the inflation rate now?
Okay. So, maybe what we can do is you said in 25 lakhs, it will become 35 lakhs, right? Is that what you said?
Yes.
So, based on the calculation of what you said, will come to 35 lakhs. Just one question, you put 2 lakhs in saving account because you assume it's your monthly utilization. So, then that cannot get counted towards your final 35 lakhs, no? It will get used up, right? You will use some money from you. Yeah. So when you're doing the budget, what is your inflow, what you're getting from your savings and from your investments, and also what you're spending, right? Have you looked at that? Can you explain why you selected, like, let's say the KVP or NSC? What was the reason you selected those?
It is the safest.
From a risk perspective. Very nice. Any other?
Tell me one thing. You said you wanted to use this money for your education, correct? Now you're getting this money after 10 years. Now you're in class 8. How does it add up? Will you be able to utilize as per the planning that you have shown? How would you utilize your money for education? Okay, because something else I understand, but you said education, correct? You finish your education in the next 10 years, and then you're getting this money out. So does the planning match? Or we have to do something about it?
I think you can pay back after taking education.
So, are you planning for this planning is for higher education and
Yes.
not the school education, but the institute?
And moreover, he can take education loan and then he can repay the loan.
Education loan.
Because on that he will get that amount on a lesser rate of interest, and on
This
this
is what, yeah.
he'll get the more interest.
Fair enough. Kisan Vikas Patra, you are not a farmer, right?
Sir, I have heard that it is for name only and
You have gone through the details of it, right? Fine. Anything in stock markets? Yeah. Anything in stock markets? No, you haven't done anything in stock markets. Why? Any specific reason?
sir, market link bonds to keep. Sir, 2.5 lakhs bonds.
Market link bond कहाँ लिखा है? अच्छा bonds only.
ऊपर,
Okay.
ऊपर.
अच्छा okay. Right. That is market linked, right? Okay. Fine.
But the rest are the safest ones
Yes.
as an investment purpose.
Fine. Fair enough. Yeah.
Do you think you've been very safe in your whole planning over here? There was life insurance, everything. So when you have a large amount of money that you want to make and you have a goal, you have to also have a balance over there. So of course you must be safe, but it's a long term, right? 10 years is long term. If it's 2 years or 3 years, you know, you obviously don't want to take any risk. Over a period of 10 years, you think you could maybe invest more in other things like Sir said just now?
Get a good return in the long-term investment only. In the short term, you can't get such returns.
By the way, why would you buy insurance policy, life insurance policy,
Yeah.
when you are planning for education? Do you know the nature of that policy that you have taken? I mean, you're planning for education, but you have put X amount into life insurance policy. Where is the thought coming from?
Sir, like in the modules and this life insurance was also given. I have covered all the things which were given in the modules. So
No, but that is correct.
and it is
Yeah.
the endowment policy.
Making a budget, your income, your original income is from the inheritance, but if you're showing it over the lifetime of 10 years, then what are your other income as against the investment? If you put it together, then you can show very clearly that this is the extra I earned, or because of my investment that I got back, my return on investment is so much, and so the total is 35 lakhs.
I don't have a
Factored the-
question. No, that's fine. It's just that now, whenever you do all the budgeting now, whichever expenditure you are using, you have to have an eye on the rate of interest. Because you have done the calculation not considering the inflation rate as such, and as well as not the rate of interest. So which is hampering your total calculation that you are projected as 35 lakhs. So that is not coming out very properly here. Don't get nervous.
Yeah. We also learn.
So whenever in your life you are practicing, actually use it.
By the way, one last question. We are just talking. We'll ask the same questions to everybody, don't worry. Okay. And so that is the assurance we can give you. One last important point. Whatever happened to the tax part of it? I don't see tax. Will you be paying taxes? Suddenly you find that, 30% is gone in tax or 20% is gone in tax. Have you thought of that?
TDS.
Yeah. So
when you talk about your maturity amounts, so that is actually adjusted for the interest rate and the tax. Adjust interest rate, whatever.
After
interest
deducting
you
the
get and
tax.
the tax that will be deducted. So you can actually calculate back how much will be your, interest payment, interest gain, and how much tax deduction. So that actually, what you have put now and what in the maturity what you will get. So there it is calculated. Try that's a formula.
So, firstly, I think just thinking about using your inheritance for your higher education is a fantastic, a fantastic goal to put into place, number one. And number two, of course, you worked on the SMART goals basis. So I think that in itself is a great beginning. Second is, I think by participating in this and going through these questions that we are all asking, which right now you're feeling very, nervous about, I think will help you, okay, to really create a plan for your actual education when you go back. So I think take it that this is the continuation of that learning that you did by going through the DhanGyan modules, yeah, and an opportunity for you to think of your higher education in real terms, not just from a competition, and which is our aim, which is really our aim at the end.
Now he is going to think that way also.
Exactly. So I think
This is the experience for
I
him.
think you've shown us that this is the real value and application of DhanGyan. So thank you very much.
That was the online experience, and this is the offline experience for us.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Could you kindly tell me what you wish to pursue? What field in your higher education?
I'm like engineer.
Engineering. So is 35 lakhs going to be adequate for your 4-year degree?
Yeah, that's something you have to think about.
So just some pointers for you to think about, my dear. You did splendid.
Yeah.
And the way you've broken everything down by absorbing all the aspects of the modules, which is what was asked of you, is great. Tax is one of the things that we didn't cover in the modules, unfortunately, but it looms over all of our heads at all times. But you did very, very good, and I want to congratulate you for standing there and going through this very grueling session with the judges. So hats off to you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you. Light. Okay. Now, I would request student Miss Ashvi Agarwal from Birla Vidyapeeth, Rajasthan. Please come on stage to present your report. Once again, I will take your name. Miss Ashvi Agarwal from Birla Balika Vidyapeeth, Rajasthan. All the best, my dear.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. I am Ashvi Agrawal. I study in standard 8th at Birla Balika Vidyapeeth, Pilani, Rajasthan. I am using the 25 lakh rupees from my inheritance to set up a handcrafted paper business. Because the best way of using the money is by making it grow. So I am using the 25 lakh rupees to set up my handcraft paper business.
Teacher, you please go. Yeah, you can see there.
Handcrafted paper has the advantage of being 100% wood-free, which makes it the most eco-friendly form of paper available. It is also 100% recycled. Handmade paper is excellent for writing as well as printing, and it has the advantage that all the raw materials used for making handmade paper are derived from non-forest sources. India is the 15th largest producer of paper in the world, but on the other hand, the handmade paper industry is limited in a low demand. The untapped enormous potential of the hand paper industry is not being used currently. But this potential cannot be ignored in a world where everyone is shifting to environmental friendly products. This industry is a very good opportunity for India, a developing country with a lack of money, energy and natural resources, to complete its development goals and also complete all the demands for local and export products. Where is handmade paper industry now? Handmade paper industry is growing globally because of increasing environmental awareness among all the people. The gift of handmade is also a tradition with long history. According to the data by US Census Bureau, handmade goods produced by individuals in the USA rises by 3% every year. Handmade paper goods are not an exception. Preparing a budget. What are the things required for setting up this business? There will be pulper machine, Paper dyes, waste paper. Waste paper comprises up to 70% of a company's total waste, which includes billing, packaging, printing mistakes. All this can be collected from junk shops for low prices. Then packaging, minimum wage for workers, and website development, marketing costs, transportation costs, insurance costs, and mold and decal, which is the hard material that will be used, and property cost, construction cost, and insurance cost. So the total budget, adding all of this, will be 19,35,000 rupees. The insurance which will cover this business is product liability insurance. Product liability insurance helps protect your business from claims that the product you made or sold caused bodily injury or property damage to someone else's belongings. Investing right now is not a good idea because of shortage of funds. But in the later times when the business will grow, we can invest using different methods. The remaining amount, that is 5,65,000 rupees, will be put in a savings account. Why did I choose a savings account? Because savings accounts helps reach the financial goals. It pays interest on the deposited amount, and it also tracks the income for income tax purposes. Now, what is the future for this industry? The future for this industry, because India has a very vast paper industry because of its huge population, and the handmade paper industry is also growing eventually. But the paper industry also provides employment. It generates so much employment that it also helps in the building of economy of India. And the handmade paper industry will grow so much if the people are aware about it. So the handmade paper industry is growing eventually. There are many few brands right now that sell handmade paper, and there are many few people who know. But if we organize awareness campaigns, programs, social media advertisements, we offer discounts on our product, so many people will know about it. And because of growing environmental consciousness, many people are switching to eco-friendly options. They are using biodegradable paper instead of plastic and environmentally harmful products. So this will be very helpful for India, and not only India, but the whole. With the conventional paper will be reduced, so there will be less trees cut. And handmade paper is it's not like that it's an alternative for conventional paper. It is way better than conventional paper because it is strong, it is very durable, and it is also not very expensive, so that everyone can afford it. I would like to conclude by saying that this course was very informative. It helped me become financially literate, and it taught me many things like budgeting, my assets, liabilities, calculating the net worth, about insurance, investments, and different things that are going on. Thank you. The business cannot be started with people under 18 years. So this can be started once I turn 18 with the budget. 13 years.
So for this 5 years, where will you put that amount?
The amount can be put in a bank account where it will be safe.
Only savings bank account?
No, there are many kind of bank accounts, but savings is preferred because it will be giving the interest on the deposited amount. So in that period of 5 years, it can grow even more.
But don't you think that 5 years is it's a long term? So not long term, medium term. We call it medium term. So don't you have to do you think that is savings thought of something better other than savings bank account?
Other than, I could have thought, but the savings bank account is the most common one and the trusted one also. But we can also find some alternatives, a better alternative than this.
This property and construction cost, the new trends are also into leasing, renting. Do you think you thought of that as well?
Pardon?
Property cost, construction cost. Right?
Yes.
So did you think of renting and leasing places instead of property and construction?
Yes, but we can, if the budget is short, if the budget is like less, so we can also cut out the property and construction cost, and we can even rent a place instead of that.
Right, because your marketing costs are only 8,000 rupees, right?
Yes.
Today, you know, the whole lot of things on
There are a
advertising
whole lot of
and
things going for marketing. Now, for this time period, for the starting cost is 8,000. Then there is extra cost, so that is 1 lakh, and also we have some in the savings account. So eventually, when the business will grow, we can use that amount also to advertise our business, and the marketing cost will be increased.
Yeah, and also have you thought of logistics? Because once you make a product, that will need to be delivered,
Yes.
right?
That will
will
when the
also
business
cost.
is small scale, it will not be producing much of the materials. So eventually, when it will happen, so there are all the things that will be arranged with the period of time.
Right, okay. Fine. And you have done the insurance for the damage that can be caused to
Yes,
others.
the insurance.
Have you thought of the risk or insurance for the product inventory? Supposing some fire happens or somebody steals your inventory or some other damage during transit.
Product liability for timing, there is product liability insurance, but if the need is required, we can always take another insurance.
No, isn't there a need because your product is fragile, it can be
Yes.
damaged. So, fine. So, I mean, you have to think through that as well, right?
Okay. Now, you chose a very entrepreneurship angle to this entire 25 lakh inheritance. But I'm curious to know first why you chose the paper products. What was the reason behind it?
Because this paper industry is very unknown to much of the population, and also it has a lot of potential that can be used if it is planned properly. And this business will require very less machinery, and it will also help the environment, and it can also provide employment to some people.
And knowing the fact that you can't start the business, why you choose it at 13 years of age?
Because as the period of 5 years is there, so in that 5 years there will be also many trees cut, so there will be less amount of trees available, so that time till that time it can be thoroughly planned, and that time it can be developed.
And the other thing, you have learnt about assets and liabilities.
Yes.
Before the budgeting, right?
Yes.
So have you applied that knowledge here?
Yes, because the asset that I have is 25 lakh rupees. That is the only asset right now.
And entire everything is
Liabilities.
Then when we are making a budget, do you think that we have to more focus on the, how we reduce the liabilities and increase the asset?
Yes, that will be different. That is why here the property cost and the construction cost are on the second hand. So if we are focusing on the other things and the cost is like more expenditure done on that, so we can anytime cut the property and construction cost, and we can use like a rented place. So that will cut a lot of cost.
So firstly, congratulations. I think thinking of entrepreneurship at this age is a great sign for the future of our economy for sure. And this is really what we want also, that youngsters think more, because entrepreneurs are job creators,
Yes.
So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
I think from a point of view of what you've done over here, just maybe one question I have is when you're doing a budget, you have income and you have expenditure, right? So yes, you have your 25 lakhs as the original income, and then you have all these expenses. but by selling the product also you will earn an income, right?
But as of now, the business haven't been started. So as it starts, the calculation of the cost of the product will also be decided. So when unless it starts selling, so I cannot calculate how much the profit I'm going to earn from it.
But in budgeting, have you learnt about forecasting? I mean, that this is the assumption, because you can do budgeting in advance, no? Before you do something, you can make some assumptions and put it down, because that's only going to be some income. Right?
Yes, that is a very essential skill, but I don't think I have learned it.
Fair enough. That's an honest answer, and that's great. So that is great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Congratulations anyway for such a brilliant idea. Okay, I'm going to borrow your idea. Okay. And why would you wait for 5 years to let this idea come? Is there a way we can probably do something about it right now sitting in this room, or once you step out of this room?
So right now, if I think of this, I think I can probably take help of an elder person. So all the business will, the name of that person, and also I can help in doing all of that. But I don't know if there's any other way. But if I can find out this, so it surely we can, means I can build this business.
Right. So one more question. Supposing you can suddenly find out, okay, you can talk to one of us also. We are also elders. Okay.
Yeah.
And supposing you don't start a business, but still there's something can we do about it? Supposing we don't start the business.
So let me give you a personal example. When I was about your age, I used to make Christmas decorations, and I would sell it in the church, and that money I of course blew it up. But at that time I didn't know, I was not financially literate, though I was quite entrepreneurial. So yeah, but so definitely I think what sir is saying is something you can even start now.
Ashvi, I think you should request the judges to support your business by adding to the inheritance.
Yeah.
Just one example I'll give you, Ashvi.
Question. I just want to say, in terms of the relevance of the program, so what I would like to, if you suppose rethink about your presentation, try to give a bit more thoughts on like your long-term goal, short-term goal, that way how, okay, so putting all the, so you said that you want to take some money for the business and some in the savings bank, then you are saying since you will be able to start it at after 5 years, again you will put entire thing in the savings bank. So that's not a, this is not a very efficient planning, financial planning. So maybe you think about
Yes, this is not the final one. I can always listen to your suggestions and make the changes.
Yes, that's a good approach also. Just for your information also. So tie and dye, you know tie and dye product, right?
Yes.
So tie and dye, you go and type. It is started by an 11-year-old girl. So two sisters, one is 11-year-old and one is 13-year-old. So they started on that business on Instagram. So it's not like that you are 30. Yeah. So you can start. So it's not a block that you need to be an adult to start a business. You can take a guidance, but if it's your passion, you should pursue it.
Okay.
Don't wait for...
So this is a small scale, but from home I can start like more smaller than that.
Yeah.
Last point about where you thought about goodwill in that balance sheet? Goodwill? Okay, fine. Anyway, that's a separate issue, but you can probably start an awareness campaign right now with a counter that coming soon after 5 years. Yeah, people will get to know, your market will be already built. Okay.
Yes.
So, multiple ways, or you can make a partner, 9, 30, all the ages are there. Okay. So anyway, brilliant presentation. Good.
Before you go, Ashvi, I just want to say, first of all, this is a very, very unique idea. I think this was a very unique idea. Having an entrepreneurial mindset is awesome, because it is, if you have it from now, please don't wait till later. Entrepreneurs can be at any age. That was one comment. The other comment is that you intend to study. If you are going to, so if I just take the project and the focus is on the project, you're going to get 25 lakhs today when you're 13 or 14 years old. You are going to start this business later on, as far as the project is concerned, when you're perhaps 20 or 22 or whatever. Those 7-8 years, you need to park the money somewhere and help it grow. And that is what also you should perhaps at the back of your mind think.
Yes.
That was my second comment. My third and final comment is what your pricing will be for the products that you sell. I think that's one of the things that you should also keep in mind. It needs to be at a price point which I feel has value, or anybody else, whoever will be your consumer or your customer. So one of the things is, how am I going to price my product? It's very easy to create, but it is not very easy to sell. You need to have your unique selling proposition. What makes your paper better than this paper, which is also probably handmade? Some things for you just to think about. But I must say this was one of, it's a very unique idea, and hats off to you for going into the extent of getting the values of how much the machine will cost, how much the insurance would be, and so on and so forth. Something for you to think about and establish, and I hope you keep us in mind and inform us whenever you put this into practice. Yeah?
Thank you.
Mr. Master Hanuman, please come to present your report. All the best, my dear.
Namaste everyone, this is Namaste everyone, this is Hanuman Chintamani. Hello. Namaste everyone, this is Hanuman Chintamani from GK Shetty Hindi Vidyalaya, Chennai. I am an energetic 14-year-old boy born and brought up in Chennai. I am interested in mathematics, paintings, drawings and chess. And I have completed all the levels of exam conducted by the Hindi Prachar Sabha. मुझे हिंदी लिखने या पढ़ने के लिए कोई तकलीफ नहीं है, मैं हिंदी में फ्लुएंटली बोलने के लिए कोशिश कर रहा हूँ. Our school president Mananiya Vedantam ji and correspondent Dr. Gija Shatri madam have inculcated a lot of skills in us, and I would like to thank USO, DhanGyan and IDOBRO for giving me this opportunity. My teacher encouraged and reminded me every day to participate in this YouTube webinar and to attend the online test. She helped in preparing the final draft for the submission. I nurture a dream for entrepreneurship and I want to begin a new business in next 10 years. As my parents take care of me and my studies financially, I would like to invest all the 25 lakhs in various avenues of investment where I can get higher returns for the investment, which will help me in providing the capital at that time when I start the business. Goal setting. My goal is to become a certified financial planner. I will invest this inherited money in various avenues of investment where I will be receiving higher returns for this inherited amount, which gives me confidence so that the methods, ways and strategies which I follow will be fruitful so that I can advise it to my clients. Preparing a budget. I will invest 30% of the inherited amount in safe, secure and guaranteed return mode of investment, that is 10% in bank fixed deposits, 10% in corporate bonds and 10% in post office national savings certificate. Then I will invest 5% in health insurance and then I will invest 25% in the avenue of investment where I will get moderate appreciation to the principal value, that is 10% in gold bonds and 15% in debentures. Now comes to the last 40% of the inherited amount, which I necessarily want to get high rate of return. So I will invest this 40% as 20% in mutual funds and then the 20% in equity market. Insurance. Insurance is not an investment and it provides and covers us from sudden risk financially. And the minimum age of entry for the life insurance, whole life insurance and term life insurance is 18 years. According to IRDA, any person up to the age of 65 years can apply for health insurance. And health insurance provides cash in case of hospitalization. Most of the health insurance plans provide cashless hospitalization. The premium paid for the insurance can be deducted from our overall income for the income tax purpose. Investments. First of all, investments are usually made with the intention to earn a reasonable returns that are at least equal to the prevailing rate of inflation. And I will invest the 30% as I said in safe guaranteed return mode of investment as 10% in bank fixed deposits, 10% in corporate bonds and 10% in post office national savings certificate. Then the 10% in gold bonds. In gold bonds, I need not, there is no concern about the storage and safety of the gold. And it is very simple and it is a superior alternative for buying the physical gold. I will be receiving a nominal interest of 2 to 3% and I will be receiving the gold price appreciation in return. Then 15% debentures. Debentures is a debt instrument issued by the companies or governments to borrow funds for a specific period of time. In debentures, I will be receiving 2 to 3% higher interest comparing to the bank fixed deposits. Now comes the last 40%, which I will invest, as I said, in 20% in equity market and then 20% in mutual funds. Banking products. In banking products, I will be investing in savings bank account and I will put the money in fixed deposits. As fixed deposits have every detail such as the fixed interest and the fixed maturity value, fixed maturity date, and no investment is possible without the savings bank account. In the savings bank account, I will be receiving the dividends declared by any mutual funds or the stock market or the stocks. Then out in the mutual fund, out of the total 20%, that is 5 lakhs, I will invest 1 lakh in balanced fund. In balanced fund, the money is invested as 40 to 60% in equity related instruments and the rest 40 to 60% is invested in the debt related instruments. Some balanced fund provides dividend also. Then I will invest 2.5 lakhs in hybrid fund where the money is invested in both the equity related instruments as well as debt related instruments in order to achieve the balance between the income and the growth. Then I will invest 1 lakh in aggressive fund. In aggressive fund, 65% to 80% is invested in equity related instruments and the rest 20 to 35% is invested in the debt related instruments. Now comes the last 50,000 which I want to invest in the debt fund or income fund as it has the potential for the income generation and capital preservation by investing in both bonds and the debt securities. And out of the total 5 lakhs in the stock market, I would like to invest in various sectors of the Nifty 50 listed companies. Before investing directly in the stock market, I should open a demat account with a SEBI registered broker using my mother's PAN card. I will keep my mother's name as first name and my name as second name. Then I will invest in various sectors of the Nifty 50 companies, which is the benchmark in the Indian Stock Exchange. It is an index of average of the 50 of the largest companies on the National Stock Exchange. I will invest in various sectors of the Nifty 50 listed companies such as infrastructure, Larsen and Turbo, PSU banks, SBI, private banks, HDFC, ICICI, Kotak Mahindra, pharmaceuticals, Dr. Reddy's, Glenmark, fast-moving consumer goods, FMCG, Britannia, Hindustan Unilever Limited, Food, Jubilant Food, Paint, Asian Paint, automobiles, Tata Motors and Maruti Suzuki. Finally, investments are the one which are usually made. After that, I should get a good relaxing sleep without any chinta, worry about the money. So, a periodic review of investments in the mutual fund as well as the stock exchange is required in order to prevent any unpredictable loss in any one particular sector and switching over the money to other well-performing sector, which in turn helps me in achieving my goal and boosts my confidence level, so that the methods, strategies and the ways which I follow will be fruitful. Thank you.
Stay there. Question and answer now.
Congratulations, you're definitely on your way to becoming a financial planner, no doubt about that.
Thank you, ma'am.
No, in fact, I am getting chinta. Okay, why didn't I have you some time back, where I was growing up to advisor like you? What are you waiting for? I mean, why don't you start right away? You have everything on the
I
screen.
should pursue my higher studies. Now I am in 9th standard, so in next 4 years I will be completing my school education, and I should pursue higher studies. That is why after 10 years I thought of going as financial planner.
You can start part-time. People will really run to you. Okay? On the weekends you can start. So, it's like brilliant presentation actually. You have covered all the aspects. I don't know where to pull you. Okay, so you don't think banks? You in the list of companies that you have mentioned here? I don't see any banks. You don't think banks themselves are any good?
No,
PSU banks are there though. Okay.
Yeah.
Acha, no. Sorry. Yeah. No. That's why I told her you're giving me chinta where to pull you. Okay. So, and he knows about demat account also, right? In his mother's name, correct? So, and
I think for me it's the budgeting, and that's something I guess all of the students perhaps need to think about. That when you present the budget, it's an income and expense, right?
Yeah.
I'm showing you guys that I will use my money in such a way. That is just utilization. That's not a budget. A budget is income and expense. So that presentation, I think you need to think of a little more closely. And also a budget is across a period of time. So if you have to show multiple years, if you're investing it for 5 years, then how will this 5 years come through, and when will you invest it, and when will you get your income, and when will you get it? I think that's the only piece that I would really...
Yeah, because I thought as my parents take care of me and my education financially, I would not be having any expenses until this 10 years. So I thought...
Your investment is the expense.
Yeah.
When you invest the money into something, that's an expense in a budget for a budget purpose, right? And the interest you earn from it or the returns you earn from it will become an income. Of course, there's a whole piece on taxation, short term, long term.
Go back to that slide where you put aggressive funds and pledged. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so it's my general, for my own understanding I'm asking you. You have written hybrid fund separately and aggressive fund separately.
Yeah.
So can you give me your understanding on hybrid and aggressive fund and why you put that separately?
In hybrid fund, the money is invested in a mix of both equity-related instruments as well as debt-related instruments in order to achieve the balance between the income and the growth. But whereas in this aggressive fund, most of the money, that is 65 to 80% is invested in the equity-related instruments and 20 to 35% is invested in the debt-related instruments.
Have you heard of there is an aggressive hybrid fund, which is like it's the same thing?
No, in hybrid fund they will invest nearly equal in both equity and debt-related instruments. Whereas in aggressive fund they will invest more in equity-related instruments and less in debt-related instruments.
Okay, now like understanding that you said you will first invest in debenture, then you have gone to mutual funds, and then it is equity market. So you are okay to take all the risk with your money.
And that is why I have invested 30% in safe, secure and guaranteed return mode of investment. If this goes wrong also, I can use that 30% in bank fixed deposits, post office, national savings certificate and corporate bonds. Gold bond also is a place with the least risk to invest, and debentures also. Only equity and mutual fund has more risk to invest.
You know you can start investing right away.
Yeah.
Wait. Anyway, why?
Yeah.
So, the same thing I was going to say, that everything stagnates when you let it be there, even the money.
Yeah.
So what are you waiting for? You will always use your mother's name and start it.
Yes.
So, what is your plan about your higher studies? What do you want to study on?
As I said, I want to become a financial planner.
Yeah.
I thought of studying business administration.
Okay. So, where do you want to study, in India or abroad?
In India only, but first I should complete my school education. After that I can think about that. So,
Okay. So from IIM, I think
yeah.
from Indian Institute of Management, that's what you are thinking of? Any?
No, I never thought of that right now.
So, how do you have any idea about how much it will cost to study business administration after 10 years?
No, now I don't have that idea.
So when you make your presentation, so you have to have some idea and you have to check the investment that you have made, whether the return that you will get at the end of the the 10 years, whether that is sufficient to meet your goal or not.
Yeah, because that investment, that dividends declared by them will go to the savings bank account and I will not disturb it for the next 10 years. After 10 years I can take, as I said, my parents take care of me financially. So I will invest this fully and I won't disturb it for the next 10 years. No.
I would suggest you've done great work in research for this. Do some serious research in terms of what is the education you need for this. Business administration is not your best bet. There are many other options.
Yeah.
So I don't want to make this a career counseling session. But do that because I think you definitely have a great future in financial planning.
Yes.
All the way.
Not just like career counseling, actually being a financial planner, you should know where to put your money on, which career you should put your money on from the financial point of view, not from the career point of view. And the kind of way you're going for the matrix, I think certainly business administration in bachelor's is not your calling anyway. Either you have to go for a BCom, and I'm again not doing a career counseling. I'm trying to decide where to put your money.
Okay.
What is going to give you a return on the investments of your money. So your career in this case is an investment. Okay. So you have to start like going, she was saying, the course fees and all. Now that is actually a financial planning that you have to do for yourself.
For your own personal.
So, and in the process, you can start as you gather that information, you can share it with other students through USO House and otherwise. Okay. So.
Yes, thank you.
All the best.
Thank you, ma'am. I will use it to start any business according to the capital which I am having at that time.
Okay. Okay. So that's why I said perhaps I missed that. So for the next 5-10 years or whenever you do intend to start that, did you also say how much it's going to grow to?
That's what I said, no budgeting, they're not sure.
Okay, so I missed the initial part. I think you've lined it out very nicely. Financial planner. I started my career as a financial planner. My route, of course, was different in terms of what I studied. But I do wish you all the very, very best. And I think you'll do great in anything which has a CA or a, not, I mean, I think Caron, yeah, I think Caron sort of, yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
And I think Caron set the stage for career counseling. We all spoke about it, even though we didn't want to. So wish you all the very best.
Yes, ma'am. I would thank my school management and the IDOBRO USO for giving me this opportunity. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Now, may I request Ms. Deepa Lakshmi from Good Shepherd English School, Puducherry. Ms. Deepa Lakshmi, please come and present your report. All the best.
Good morning, everyone. I am Deepa Lakshmi from Good Shepherd English School, Karikal. My project is about how I'll be spending my inheritance money. So first of all, thank you to my grandfather for passing on to me this great fortune. And yes, next slide please. So next, okay, yes, okay, next. Yes. So here is an outline. I would be spending my inherited money in the following ways. Firstly, I would buy an electric car instead of a regular car, because I'll be saving a lot of money when it comes to the fuel charges. Instead of like electric car uses electricity instead of fuel, so that saves me a lot of money in the long run. And the next is savings for my higher education. I would also save some amount as cash in hand, and the investments I'll be making in stocks, insurance, and in banking products. Lastly, I would also keep some amount for charity. Next. So, to set clear and achievable goals, I'm going to use the SMART goals principle. Firstly, specific, I want to invest and save the money And M, measurable. I'll be investing approximately 90% and saving 10%. And A, achievable. I'll be investing in multiple products, so I believe that my gains are easily achievable. And R, realistic. I'll be investing in both long-term and short-term products. So, yes. And lastly, I've set the time period of 5 years. Next. So, preparation of a budget is the most important part. So, my budget, in short, consists of 8 items. Firstly, a car, electric car, 8 lakhs. And there are also savings for higher education, cash in hand, charity, and insurance as well. Investments, I'll be buying shares for 3 lakhs. And in banking products, I'll be spending 2.5 lakhs in SB account and 2 lakhs in FD account. So, the car I'll be buying is an electric car that costs approximately 8 lakhs. And the savings for my higher education, I won't keep it in as in cash. Instead, I'll be putting it in a special SB account that has a facility called the sweep and deposit facility. It is a 2-in-1 account. It has all the good features of a savings bank account and a fixed deposit account. What happens is that the balance over the threshold limit will automatically be moved out and converted into FD. So I get the benefits of SB and FD together. So high liquidity of a savings bank account and the high interest of a fixed deposit account. And charity. So I'd be investing in Fisherwomen Self-Help Group. Generally, people see charity as an expense, but in my case, it is also an investment. So there are many fisherwomen in my locality who are peddlers and hawkers. They struggle every day to get a regular income. It is very difficult for them to sustain in off-season, during monsoon. There are frequent bans on fishing as well. So it is very difficult for them to sustain without regular income. What I'll be doing here is I'll be contributing as a seed capital. So through the scheme called Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana, they can avail subsidy up to 40%. With that, they can afford to get a solar fish dryer. With my contribution and the subsidy and their contribution as well, they can get a solar fish dryer. And with the profits they make in a matter of 2 to 3 years, they can also go on for expansion and get a cold storage. So what happens is that they get the fish, dry it in solar fish dryer, and store it in cold storage and sell it off when the prices are higher. They are making use of their disadvantage here. So my money is making more money here. And the investments, insurance. Yes, so I'll be investing about 1.5 lakhs in insurance. I would invest in a health insurance scheme for my parents and myself, 50,000 each. And yes, I'll be paying premium for only 2 years because in 2 years I'll attain majority. So I'll be experimenting on the different types of schemes. So I've just mentioned 2 years here. Investments. Yes. So stock. I'll be investing about 12% here in shares. 50% of it I'll be investing in Nifty 50 index fund. So I believe that Nifty 50, that index fund, is too big to fail. Since I'm a beginner in this field, so it is cost effective, easy, and more manageable. And the remaining amount I'll be spending in to buy shares of HDFC, ONGC, and Tata Steel. I'll be investing in HDFC because it gives me exposure to banking sector, and in Tata Steel because manufacturing industry and infrastructural development is the backbone of our economy. So it is very profitable. And ONGC oil stocks have a promising prospect due to their increasing requirement of crude oil and its extensive use nowadays. Yes. So banking products, I'll be spending roughly 4.5 lakhs. Here, I'll be investing in SBI account with the same sweep-in deposit facility that I had mentioned earlier. In a regular normal SBI account, I can get interest rate up to 4%, but since it has the sweep-in deposit facility, I can get up to higher than that. And yes, I'll be investing 2.5 lakhs. I am investing in SBI account because it gives me, it is safe. It is one of the safest types of investment tool, and it also has high liquidity, and it is very much convenient to access it through online or ATM. And fixed deposit, I'll be investing because my income is assured. The rate of interest doesn't change due to fluctuations in the market. So, and it also gives me higher returns than other banking accounts. And yes, so since I'm a minor now, I can open a bank account jointly with my parents, of course. And once I attain maturity, I can operate it on my own. Yes, so it is a rough estimate only. I'm keeping it minimal, subtracting all the tax expenses and other stuff. And summarizing my project, with the inherited money, I'm able to acquire an electric car, invest in stock, banking products, and insurance. I'm also able to save for my higher educational needs, and I'm also able to help women in need and help them prosper by my little contribution. And last but not the least, I would like to thank DhanGyan and USO for giving me this opportunity, and also my parents and teachers. Thank you.
First of all, congratulations for coming so far and giving your. I like the piece of having, making 50,000 as a charity, but it's how you explain that part I really like. My first question to you is, why you considered car as one of the important things?
Yes, car nowadays is not a luxury, but rather a necessity. And it is convenient, an electric car specifically is convenient for short distance travels. And
no, but
yes,
your parents must be having some vehicle, right?
Yes, but I have 25 lakhs I have to invest.
Yeah, but then
I've got a
large. And other question is, considering this your thing is, car is not something which will keep appreciating.
Yes.
So why you considered it into the final thing? That you will be expected net worth of
No, I have not included the depreciation and all. I'll sell it off in 2 to 3 years. So I'll get another car again. So that is what happens here.
But
I've not included the depreciation and.
You should have considered depreciation,
yes.
because that is first of all the car is not your something that's set.
Yes.
So and the second part that's striking most that you wanted to save for your higher education, which is 7 lakh.
Yes.
And you are investing on your car, which is 8 lakh.
No.
So it's not about land, not land. Yeah. So when you are putting this, you must be have put some thought that you are putting your higher education only 7 lakh.
No, it will be multiplying. No, like I have invested in sweep-in deposit account. It gives me regular income. Instead of spending the 7 lakhs in SB account, I'll be regularly using the normal SB account. But here, the savings account for my higher education, I won't be using it regularly. So it keeps multiplying.
So have you considered that multiplication here?
No, not yet.
Who will drive the car?
Me, of course. I learned driving.
Then, if you plan to drive the car for next 2 years, you can't be driving the car, can you?
I can if I try.
No. Are you allowed to? What is the age?
Yes, 18.
18. Then, and after 2 years, or
in a matter of 1 year, I'll attain majority. Yes.
So why are you keeping a car which we won't drive for 2 years, next 2 years?
No, I can make my parents drive me to school Instead, it will make me more proud if they use my car instead of their car.
So pride is an element in your
Yes,
balance sheet?
it is indeed.
Okay, fine. Otherwise, I thought you need to factor in for a driver too, right? Which is not,
Yes.
Okay, fine. So car, otherwise what utility the car is serving? Because since we are talking about financial literacy.
I did not get that, sir.
What utility the car is serving otherwise in part of business or in other things? Is car serving a purpose?
No, sir.
Yeah, because it's a big investment, 8 lakhs is 1/3 of your inheritance.
It is like a gift that I have earned.
Right, okay.
Yes.
And this 50,000 charity you are putting into that solar project?
Not only that solar, yes,
Right.
contribution.
How you can multiply that thing? Like, as in how you can make that
In
thing
from my point of view or from this?
both together? Your
Yes,
partner?
so, but it will be a seed capital.
Right.
Yes, and then with their own contributions as well, they'll get a solar fish dryer. And soon they can, I wish, they can also establish their own seafood processing unit.
Right, okay.
Yes.
As in by adding more such dryers?
Not only
Oh.
solar dryer, but cold storage, and there are other ways to earn income in fishery industry. Like for example, the shells, they can make handicraft items out of it.
Good.
Yes, it is a self-help group, to be specific. Yes, there are multiple ways.
So it's not like you just give the money and
No. If I can, I would also help them to become more financially literate. I can help them to let them know how they should invest their money and in where, like, and in what sector, how.
So I just want to ask you,
Yes.
the 25 lakhs that you have, after 5 years has become 27 lakhs?
Yeah.
27,000?
Rough estimate.
Rough estimate.
Yes.
So how much is that after 5 years? Matlab, you
will-
started off with 25.
Yes.
After 5 years, you're getting 27 and a half. We'll round it. So you've made your money has grown from 25. It's grown 2.5 lakhs at the end of 5 years?
Yes. Not exactly 2.5 lakhs.
Estimate.
Yes.
We're just estimating. Which means what is, so it has grown how much in 5 years? Have you taken science or you've taken commerce in 11th?
Commerce.
Okay, so then you should know this on your fingertips. What percentage?
25
25 lakhs? you
No, it
started
will
with?
be approximately 30 to 35 lakhs, but I am keeping it minimal here.
Okay, let's go with what you've kept.
Yes.
Forget about what it will be, because this is all, in any case, it's not...
5%.
It's 5%?
I mean, the increase.
No, 25 lakhs you started.
Yes.
After 5 years, it becomes 27.5 lakhs. Appreciation of your 25 lakhs is 2.5 lakhs at the end of 5 years. Right?
Yes.
2.5 lakhs is what percentage of 25 lakhs?
Approximately 10%. 10%.
That's right, my
yes.
dear. That's right. So 10% appreciation over 5 years,
Yes.
which means on an average per year, what is the appreciation of your money? Divided by 5?
Yes, 2%.
2%. 2% is even lower than the inflation rate. So actually your money
And
has
not-
not grown. I know,
Yes.
I'm aware.
Yes.
But even in terms of the investments that you have undertaken, the value, your money can work more for you.
Yes,
And I
yes.
think one of the primary reasons is your the car. Sorry, I'm going to... While it is an asset to be acquired, it is... and I love the thought that you thought of an electric car, because we all need to be environmentally conscious. You know, the consciousness must come. We need to reduce the carbon dioxide, and climate action is very, very high on our agenda as well. But buying a car has only blocked your money.
Yes.
Whereas what you can do when you get an inheritance is to grow your money. How do you make your asset work for you? I think that's the thought that we all are coming at, right? Just
Yes.
something for you to consider and think about.
By the way, now that you have bought the car anyways, is there any way you can make money out of it?
Yeah, by renting my car.
Yeah.
car rental and all.
Yes. That's why I was asking what is the utility of buying your car in the first place, apart from you driving your own car?
Yes, yes.
It's probably you have to boost your bottom lines. You can start renting it out.
Yes, car rental.
I think what Sir just said is a very important thing. And, while everybody's talking about the car, I think it is also something for us to recognize that youth, and you stood your ground, that you have received an inheritance, you deserve to maybe gift yourself something. And it's not a bad thing to do in life, that we take care of ourselves, we reward ourselves in some way. That is also important because it keeps us positive in our life. So I don't think there is something to feel bad about it. And I'm really happy you stood your ground, because it shows you got confidence in your own thinking and what you want to do. However, also taking the words of wisdom from people who have other experiences also helps, definitely. And of course, what Sir said, that, if you are going to reward yourself in some way, then can you make that reward work in ways to, again, fructify in other ways?
Yes.
So I think that's a good way for you to close the loop of rewarding, but also recognizing how you can, take
make
that
my
forward.
money grow.
So that is great. One thing that I really liked about what, and I hope, as I said, I'm constantly saying that this is not, it's not just a competition, it's also a platform for not just you who's presenting, but also those who are seeing, to understand the value of this whole program, and what you can take from it and go from here. So I think for me, one of the big learnings that I'm getting from you, and I hope others are also, is about investing in small micro enterprises, right? You are actually, always look at micro enterprises with whom you invest, and investment is the right word, because not only are they benefiting, but the economy benefits, the communities benefit, and so it's a very big thing when I see a youngster saying that I want to invest, that charity is not just about doling out money, but it's an investment. So thank you for bringing that up.
Thank you, ma'am.
So can I just make one comment?
And please, I would suggest start on that now. I think all the youngsters coming here today with your ideas, don't think of these as ideas only for the future, 5 years, 10 years from now. Right today, you can do a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, so actually it's just a comment, not a question. So I think in terms of, so for all the presentations that we've gone through was in the perspective of a financial planner or something so on. This is where I'm getting the sense of an economist reflection, because she has taken care of the current consumption as well as future. So it's not when we do something, it's not we just only think of when we get some income or some resources, we don't think of, put everything into savings. So it's current, whatever is the thing maybe, but it's current consumption and it is a division, and it's called consumption smoothing. So we all do that, right? Whatever income we have, we spend something right away and then some in the future. So I actually found that is a quite
I think that's a great point, the difference between financial investment and economics of living and, lifestyle.
That's also important.
That's also very important to understand that. Yeah, great point. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
I don't know if there's any other
Why should it trigger you on something that my grandfather used to be very my dad? I'm planning trip to Puducherry.
Sir?
I'm planning trip to Puducherry when my grandfather gives me the inheritance. So just keep your car ready. Tell me how much you will charge me per day. I'll plan right now.
Oh, sir, my grandfather and I will go for a drive.
No.
In Delhi.
So how much you rent the car to me? I can plan it right now. How many days I will plan?
Probably 1,000 per hour. Yes.
So the point is that when you do the planning, you can also plan out that. Well, she can still charge how, depending on what value you are giving me. If you are putting me some of those wishes from those people there, that this car has the solar drive wishes that you can eat on the way, well, 1,000 will be maybe less. So these are the cross things you can do, where to put the money. There's another participant who was here making paper
Thank you.
Okay, wait. Now, may I request Master Prajan Karthik from Harvest International School Innovation Campus from Karnataka. Please. All the best, my dear. You can wait.
I would like to say good morning to everybody present here. My name is Prajan. I am in class 8 and I study in International School Innovation Campus. So as I said before, my name is Prajan. I am in class 8. So I have many different sports, read books, and food every day. Be it I have events, I have harvest. also help us grow our money. They can also make us lose our money at times. So we should be very careful in what we are actually investing in. Now, I should also split my money between high risk and low risk investment as per my needs. So, what each investment I am doing. A fixed deposit financial instrument where a higher rate of interest than a normal bank account. So, I cannot take after very good for people who do not have that much exposure to the share market, as the analysis of the share market will be done by the fund manager himself, and you do not need to spend time for this. Risk, but if we want to diversify the risk even more, there's an option called an SIP, or a systematic investment plan, in which what we do is that we put our money in the mutual fund gradually, not all at once. Like I can say that I put X amount of money every month or every quarter, like that I can tell. So this allows us to So, the stock market provides a venue where companies raise capital by selling shares of the company or equity to investors. In simple words, what this means is that the company is selling small parts of it to different people in the public. The people who buy these shares are called shareholders, and they get two things. One, a part of the corporate earnings of the company, and two, if the share which they own is significant, even voting rights in the company, they also get that. But the problem with this is that the share market is very unpredictable, as the supply and demand of stocks fluctuate a lot. So I should be very careful in what I'm investing actually. But if I scout for good stocks for a longer term, it can give me a growth rate as good as 15%. So if I put 9 lakhs in these kinds of good stocks, I should be able to more than double my money at 22 lakhs and 50,000. Lastly, I have insurance. Here, I'm not using insurance as much of a safeguard, but more of like to insure my property or my life, something like that. So, in this, what happens is that the person taking the insurance actually pays a monthly or a yearly fee to a insurance company, who then agrees to pay a certain amount back to the person who's taking the insurance if certain uncertainties happen. Like if it's a life insurance, if the person who has taken the insurance unfortunately dies, his or her nominees will get a specified amount.
for my college. The same for the mutual fund after 7 years. The share market is taken out after the completion of 10 years and insurance after the completion of 20. So now, like, I've done 20 years of investing and now I can look towards the future. So as I said before, 20 years are over. I got double the money I had started with. So now I can look towards the future. As I'm now an adulthood, I do not need to rely on this money for my daily needs. Instead, I would have a job. So I would use this money for paying off any debt, building an emergency fund just in case like something uncertain happens to me, supporting a cause or charity, and for more insurance. This is a major step in managing finances, preparing a budget. So to put it simply, a monthly budget is where we show how much income we have made, how much we have allotted for each thing, and how much is left of it. So this is required to see how much we are spending on each, and if we need to cut down to meet certain other expenditure. With this 50 lakhs, I can divide the money into smaller parts so that I can use it more efficiently. This is a basic example of how a budget looks like. It's advised to arrange a budget in a table as it would be easier to understand. Next, insurance. As I said before, insurance is used to insure a person against any damage of property. Here I will take the insurance which I first mentioned. I will not use this for any returns, but just for like insurance, not for any returns. I can use the 50 lakh to insure any/all of my assets or myself, taking life or health insurance. Lastly, banking products. Banking products are facilities provided by the banks to their customers. Examples are credit cards, debit cards, and savings accounts. I would not offer a credit card as the interest rate on credit card bills are quite high, as 18%. So I would not opt for it until I am sure that I can actually pay it back. And I would also put some of my money in a savings account, as that would also be giving me slow growth. Before I end, I would like to thank my school, USO, for this opportunity, and I am open for any questions.
How many years planning was that? How many years planning was shown?
Yes. Till the share market is 10 years. So,
Slides.
Slide. As you can see, the longest investment is the insurance because I need that for a longer period of time. But most of the higher return ones end at 10 years. So even if I add that up, how much I've invested in those three investments also, it's getting doubled. So after 10 years, for the first three investments, all of them gets doubled. Any other questions?
So in terms of your budget, you are sure that what you have, the amount you will grow for your higher education, that will fulfill actually the cost of your education. Have you done that?
Yes, I have, but according to my calculations, I think I should be left with around 5 lakhs left over after that as well. As per research.
So what do you want to do? What do you want to study?
I want to study my IIT, so.
Okay. And you don't want to buy anything now?
No, not right
laptop or something?
Not right now, as I
or you want to have a travel fund, like a fund set up to travel all over.
Yes, I had a fund. Like after the 20 years are over, then I have built that fund. I do not need it right now, so.
I don't
He kept
have
money for
questions,
fun.
yeah. But I like the fact that how nicely you have said that I am not going to use any of the amount and I will put everything into this for my future. But when you got this, statement that you have assumption that you have got 25 lakhs as an inheritance, what was the first thought that came into your mind and how you started putting your thoughts so that you will do everything after 20 years?
What I thought was like I could use it now itself and like
not keep my money for my future. I would have a job by taking my money from that. Then I thought, instead of doing that right now, as I have all my needs like covered, I can wait for like 20 years and use it later. This money.
So right now you are
13.
13. So at the age of 23 you want to utilize
33.
33, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
By I am 23, the share market investment will be done. Then I can use that money also for something else.
Okay. So your teacher, the parents was also involved in this?
Some part, just for the research part, my dad was actually involved for this.
I think great presentation. It's the first presentation I've seen where you've even used the red block, you know, which is there about this thing. Maybe one input is, you know, what did I learn piece. There are some which are blank, you know, so if you had filled all of those, I think this would have been near perfect in terms of the presentation. So great job.
Can we see that?
Yeah, if you just go back to a few slides. Yeah. So like this, everywhere he is used very effectively. You know, put an image. If you see that investment, and what did I learn also is completely filled, except in one or two slides. So. Again, as I said, this is just very tiny suggestions. Okay, I think in the context of your whole presentation, you've done a fantastic job. Just because you're doing so well, you know, that small bit, if you paid little more attention, as I said, you have had a near perfect presentation. You know, so that is I also love the way you started off saying how you won other competitions. You hope that you win this one too. So all the best for that, definitely. I think for me, you've actually put two levels of investment planning. One with the current money that you will get, and then again, when after 20 years, what you will get, again, how will you, utilize that money as well into an emergency fund. I love the thing that you wrote that there's a budget for your fun activities as well. So I think very well thought, very comprehensive in what you've done. Maybe from a point of view of, and I know you've not learned this, but inflation and taxation are very critical things in budgeting.
I wanted to include inflation, but I thought I would like overcomplicate things with it. So.
Okay. But I also like that you wrote the note also. In the first slide somewhere, or the second slide, you wrote the note also. This entire calculation is made on the basis of this. Okay. Yeah.
So I think inflation and taxation was one piece that I want. Again, the same thing, while you've definitely done a better job of putting down all your income and expenses, I think at the end, you know, having that thing of saying what is the difference in the amount and how you've reached that difference is the only last one more thing I would give as an input. And again, a suggestion, start now. Don't wait for when you're because you're a minor today or it doesn't matter.
Yes, I've started with the fixed deposit. I want to start with the fixed deposit from this summer. So.
Excellent. Well done. Great job. Okay. Thank you and all the best. Yeah.
Thank you.
One question. Supposing I say that can you earmark 1,000 rupees from this inheritance for a party for all of us? Okay. So I say you have no option. You have to do it. Now.
I would remove from something I'll remove.
But then, do you think in this party, can you create a thing, knowing what you have done right in front of us, so that you can make 10 times what you were giving for a party?
Can you repeat?
1,000 rupees you have allotted, budgeted for the party for all of us.
Yeah.
Can you ask us to do something that gives you 10 times this party amount back to you, based on what has happened just now?
I have actually not thought that out yet.
I know. I'm asking you to think right now on your feet. Something that you have done just now in the last 10 minutes, can you ask us to do? Okay, fine, granted your 1,000 bucks, take it. Okay, here's the party. But do this for me.
Maybe help me search in some kind of share, and then I would be able to invest in that. Then I'll get like 10, maybe 15 times more than what I have.
See, you have to put your money back to work. Although I was also thinking that you can ask us to arrange for a presentation for people to make presentations like this. They pay you 1,000 bucks per presentation.
Yeah, or another way that people do this is, you can do when you invite people for a party and then ask them to donate to a cause, right?
Yes.
So instead of you having to pay for that cause, you got your party friends to donate for that cause. So that's another way of
Yes,
increasing
very
the
much. So these are the ideas. You see now you have made this, and you are very good at presentation. There's a little help from your dad, and of course your teachers and everyone. I think you could probably do a financial presentation sessions generally to take the Tata Capital and IDOBRO things forward. And well, you have done it by remaining here. Amazingly immaculate presentation.
Yeah, thank you.
But you are moving beyond it now.
Absolutely, absolutely.
All the best.
Okay, all the very best.
Sorry, just before you go, Rajan, I want to congratulate you for a very wholesome, if that's a word that I use for a presentation, but you've covered all angles and nicely. So one of the things that we keep saying, budgeting, I think you really got on to that. So first of all, I'd like to congratulate you on the research that you did. My question to you is, please tell me, what did you learn? What did I not know before that you know now?
That I never thought that planning finances, like at this age, will help me in the future. I thought I can do that when I'm 30, 40, and not need now. not need now. This program has actually taught me like I can do it. I should do it now so that my future is actually ensured.
So 30, 40, I think all of us, if I may just say this, but I think we all fall in that age bracket of 30, 40.
And we still don't do it properly.
No, but you should start early.
Yes.
Please take this message, and I hope, Lalita ma'am, if it's possible, if this presentation can be shared in the school, maybe it will, not everyone, not all the students might probably go into the depth or understand each and every line item that Jan has identified in his presentation. But at least it will give them an opportunity to think so that they all can start early. Because I think we never started early or as early as them. We never thought around the lines that the children these days are thinking. But as with every year, financial literacy is becoming even more critical.
True.
So if they can start early, or if this message can be, somehow passed on in the school, it would be wonderful. Definitely. Yeah. Congratulations.
After you make a few changes,
yeah. All the best for your other competitions as well. Thank you.
Having 5 minutes break, and after 5 minutes we can start.
हमारा आदमी तो खड़ा हुआ इतने टाइम से, वो बेचारा बैठ भी जाए।
Now we can start it again. Now may I request Ms. DhanGyan sir Okay. Ms. Debanshi Mishra from Kerala English Medium School, Odisha. Ms. Debanshi, please come and present your report. All the best.
Good morning everyone. This is Debanshi Mishra of Kerala English Medium School, Champua. Today I am highly grateful to come to this platform and express my views, and I thank the whole team of DhanGyan for this. Also, I would like to thank my guide teacher Ms. Sunita Kumari Pradhan ma'am, who has been an excellent guide throughout my journey of DhanGyan. Now let's get to today's topic, presuming that I have inherited 25 lakhs from my grandfather and how I would make use of this inheritance. So first of all, I would like to put forward a layout of my vision. What I essentially want is a secured future for myself and my family, as well as serve my nation in some way with this inheritance. So I have planned to split my money in 3 different types, that would be investment, insurance and charity. The insurance for the safety of my family in case of any emergency, the investment for the financial stability of my family, and the charity for the overall development of the nation. Now let's take a look at my budget plan. My budget is split into 4 parts that consist of the first part being 6,25,000 rupees, which would be devoted towards buying a good health insurance. Then the next thing that I would look for is investing 10 lakh rupees in the stock market to buy a good stock. The third point that I would be looking would be fixing 6,25,000 rupees for 3 years at a high RTI. And last but not the least, 10% of my whole inheritance, that would be 2.5 lakh rupees, will be donated to an orphanage for charity purpose. So as you can see, my 4 parts are divided, with the first part being of 25% of my inheritance, the second part being consisting of 40% of the inheritance, the third part also of 25%, and the last part of 10%. Now let's talk about these in depth. First of all, insurance. When we hear this word, what do we remember? The LIC wala uncle coming and telling us zindagi ke saath bhi, zindagi ke baad bhi, and also our parents reacting to it, telling that these are all frauds. Well, no, this is not true. Our parents are a bit wrong here. Insurance is an easy and safe way of securing the future of ourselves and our family. As the name itself suggests, it's a way of ensuring and protecting our futures. Out of the many kinds of insurance that are available in the market, I would prefer a health insurance, as health is one of the most uncertain things in the world, and no one knows when one will fall ill. So I prefer to invest my money in this account. One thing that I would surely notice before buying any health insurance would be the terms and conditions and the clauses of the insurance, as many people might get cheated due to these factors. Now let's come to the second part of my presentation, that would be investments. Why are investments necessary? So basically investments are made keeping the needs and requirements of the future in mind. Hence I would divert my money to 2 different kinds of investments, that would be the stock market and fixed deposits. Let's talk about these in depth now. First of all, the stock market. It would be a long-term venture for me, where the money would be allowed to grow for an uncertain period of time. As I have mentioned in the slide also, buying the stocks of big enterprises like Tata Steel, Tata Consultancy Services and Reliance Industries Limited would be a green signal for me, because these companies have already settled themselves in the market and the chances of loss will be very less with these companies. Now one thing that might pop up in some of our heads is, what is exactly a stock or a share? So basically it is the unit of ownership that is provided to each and every owner of a company. In other words,
by buying the stocks or shares of a company, we become the partial owners of that company. And who does not like that? Now let's come to fixed deposits. In contrary to stock market, fixed deposit is a short time investment. That is, here the investment time is limited. In my case, 6,25,000 rupees will be fixed for 3 years at a RTI more than 6% per annum. As my further studies are coming up, they should really be an asset for me, and it would also lift the burden of my education from the shoulders of my family. Also, I would look for FDs which have compound interest rather than simple interest, as it would provide me with higher returns. Now comes the question of banking products. Which banking products will essentially help me in achieving the goals that I have mentioned earlier? I will answer that. The banking products that I would require would be fixed deposits, demat account, and insurance services. The insurance service for the health insurance, the demat account for the stock exchange, and fixed deposit, as I have already mentioned, would be a short-term investment. Now let's talk about the last 10% of my inheritance that I have already mentioned would go for a donation at an orphanage. So many of you might ask, why have I only chosen an orphanage when there are so many options of charity available in the market? So my only answer will be, in India there are still many needy children who don't have access to proper health care and education, and hence India is not able to use its total workforce. So I would like to serve my country in some way and do as much as possible and give a better life to as many children as possible with my inheritance. Finally, I would like to thank the team of DhanGyan again for giving me this exposure and allowing me to come to Delhi. Also, I would thank my school, my teachers, my parents and my friends who have made me this capable to speak in front of you dignitaries. Thank you.
What you gave for charity is one-time thing. Can you think of putting it in such a way, maybe for orphanage only, so that that also multiplies a bit or gets increased a bit?
To look at it, it will multiply eventually because the children whom I am helping, they will become the workforce of India in the future, and the economy will get better by that.
Brilliant, that is fine. Right, but for the corpus itself, can you think, since you're thinking your own investments, can there be a way, since you're planning your own investment, can there be a way that this 2.5 also becomes a little more? Is there a way just to think that
we can motivate those children or the orphanages to start some small startups, like they can do a hand weaving session or something and then sell that. So it will also increase with time.
Something like that, probably.
Yes.
Not only the money, we can also do a money spending things.
So actually, I was also, my question is linked to this, your plan for the orphanage. So apart from, so you want to just put a fund, give a fund to them, but what about like something that that help them to go for higher education or something? So how would you like to, you know?
So that, ma'am, sorry. The funds that I have given to the orphanage, they can use it to educate the children more. Like they can buy the necessary books and education supplies for them. So it depends on them, because a healthy student can only prosper in the future. Without health and education, there needs to be a combination of health and education to work for the country. So I want this 2.5 lakh to, what do I say, to make the children like financially as well as educationally and as well as physically healthy.
So what about like you give give them a scholarship? So some the children who doing good in their studies and all, they also go to some school or something. So whoever doing good, you can set a plan for them and you can in that way. So it's like a scholarship that will you keep on going every giving every year is not just a one time you have given, because then you will not know how they are going to spend it, right? So whether they are actually going to spend it for the well-being of those students, or whether they are going to, for some other goal or something.
Okay, ma'am, I had not thought about it, so I will surely take this into consideration if I ever invest like that.
And many of the NGOs working for the helping the underprivileged students to go for their higher education, and also you can collaborate with them also, or something like that.
Okay, ma'am, I will surely look into that.
So congratulations. I think this is a beautiful way of thinking. First for your family, then thinking of your future, and then finally thinking of the country as a whole, especially for those who, are challenged in different ways. So beautifully, planned utilization of money. From a point of view of a budgeting, it's not there. You need to really kind of, put down all, this is your income, this is your expenses. Because that will give you an idea of what you can achieve with it, or what are you getting, right? So that is something maybe missing. Other thing that I liked very beautifully of what you did is everywhere you've put down what did I learn very clearly, very clearly each and every slide. So which is again a great thing, because that is an objective of the program, that that you're definitely taking away something very clearly and determined. So thank you for being that consistent and ensuring you wrote that out.
Thank you.
One big question in the insurance is, what have you learned of the type of insurance perhaps? Have you done any research on that? I mean, did you look at, because investment I can see you've gone deeper, but in insurance, have you, and you said health insurance, not life. But beyond that, have you done any further research on what are the kind of insurance policies?
Yeah, there can be, for example, if someone is setting up a company, then they can take insurance for the company in case the company somehow faces loss. And then there can be car insurances, as vehicle insurances, as we all see every day in our daily life. Then property insurances are there for in case any, let's say a natural damage occurs and the house and your property is damaged. So property insurances can be there.
Nice, good. Also you said, and I like that very much, it's something for all of us to remember, that terms and conditions, sometimes we just tick mark it, or we just don't look at it, and you said, it is very important to look at the terms and conditions. So are there any such terms and conditions that you know of that you think will be good for us to remember specifically?
So, ma'am, there is one that I have personally faced. So what happens is the insurance company tells us to give half the amount, like they don't mention it while we are signing the insurance, but when you actually need it, they tell that half of the amount is to be given by you, which will be reimbursed later.
Great, good. Thank you very much. That's a very good point for us to remember, especially in health insurance, can be a very big factor. Yeah.
How much is going to be, or this 25 lakh is going to be after, so you have 5 years plan, right? After 5 years?
Actually, because the stock market, I cannot actually calculate it. So for the fixed deposits, I was calculating. And if I compound, I will calculate it compounding year. So that would give me an interest of around 1,20,000 at the end of 3 years. And if I take it in simple interest, it would be around 1,12,000 at the end of 3 years.
Okay. And for the stock market, you have no idea?
No, I'm sorry.
So just coming back to the idea of charity and enhancing the amount of charity, I want to add another angle to it. This is from the inheritance of your grandfather, right?
Yes.
Can there be a way in which people 10 years down the line also remember your grandfather, and the money of that 2.5 lakhs is also much more than what 2.5 lakhs it is now?
So about remembering my grandfather that you told, I don't think that is necessary.
No,
because
it's not necessary. But then supposing I say I want to remember your grandfather.
No.
Supposing I say I want to remember your grandfather after 10 years, and especially the charity that you have done.
I'm bringing you down to a certain things that can be probably done. That this increases the amount of money.
Well, if I give credit, then I cannot take it in charity, right?
No, that you cannot. Then what else you can do?
So I have not thought about
the
that.
point is remembering your grandfather. That's also very important. That the orphanage or people around should remember your grandfather.
I'm sorry, I didn't think about it.
I think as she was saying that when you put a scholarship or something or award, what you can probably
Yeah, with his name, I can do that with his.
And put this money as a corpus, so that every year, out of the interest of this money, so this money remains intact, and now money is multiplying every year, and the legacy is also.
Continue.
And it's not just about remembering your grandfather. Then others are also encouraged that okay, we can do a similar things by setting up a corpus or adding to your own corpus. Another grandfather's scholarship can start there.
Got it, sir.
So
Thank you.
I'm thinking about multiplying money, okay, or enhancing money.
Ashvi, I want to first of all say that I think you did a splendid job, and I think you're very generous by giving 10% or allocating 10% to charity, because that's a huge amount. 2.5 lakhs. I mean, I think once we get the money, then maybe things change. But in principle, to allocate 10% of the entire inheritance towards charity is fabulous. And I do hope that, you know, it certainly goes to a good cause, and that money multiplies, and, you know, it pays itself forward. So first of all, congratulations for that.
Thank you.
Very nicely done presentation as far as, you know, the various aspects are concerned. You've allocated it in most of the buckets which you went through as far as the online modules are concerned.
Yes.
So I want to ask you, what do you want to pursue? What is it that you want to do after you finish your schooling?
I plan in pursuing aerospace engineering.
I see. And will you have time to allocate and decide about your finances at that time?
At that proper time, when I'm preparing, I won't have the time. But after I have reached my my final destination, you can kind of say that. Like after I have a proper job and all, I think I will have time to discuss about the financial matters.
Okay, a wise man once said, time is a matter of time. And that wise man, or the wise words, came from my young son who was 4 years old at that time. But what I wanted to tell you is, time is just a barrier that we form in our head. You've made a great plan. Please don't wait until you finish your aerospace engineering, because something else or the other will always take precedence. Whatever you can do, even if it is in small bits, try to do it now. Now, it is now that is important. Otherwise, that window of later gets pushed. You've gained the knowledge now as far as DhanGyan and financial literacy is concerned. Very happy that you've absorbed it really well. Take it forward.
Thank you.
Yeah? And I wish you all the very best.
Thank you. Thank you.
Just one point. She was, you were going to mention about the fine prints. Okay. You know that in fine prints, the house that you talked, that if any disaster happens, you will get insurance. There's a fine print that if it happens because of earthquake or act of terror or force majeure, you will not get your money, or you may not get your money.
Anything natural.
So that is for the fine print. And incidentally, if you're pursuing aeronautics as a career, there's often a rider, because now you are a high-risk person. They will charge you more to insure, more premium to insure. And in certain cases, they may say no to. So that's a fine print you'll have to contend. That's it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Now, may I request Ms. Jigyasa Khota from NL Dalmia School from Maharashtra. DhanGyan sir, please come and present your reports. All the best, my dear.
So good morning, judges. Before starting my presentation, I want to inform that actually when I made the PPT, it was clashing with my final examinations. So there are few information which I haven't inputted here. So please consider my speech. I've inputted everything over there. Thank you. Yeah. Should I start? Okay. Good morning, respected judges. First of all, I would to extend my hearty gratitude towards DhanGyan, a great program by USO, to invite me here and give me such a great platform to showcase my talent. Ma'am, next. I am Jigyasha Hota from NL Dalmia High School, and today I'm here to present my project to you all. Next. But first, I would like to acknowledge my mentors. My subject mentor is Mrs. Tejaswini Thakur, and my USO activity coordinator is Mrs. Preeti Thakre. Preeti ma'am is present with me over here. Thank you so much, Preeti ma'am, for your unwavering support, without which I wouldn't have been present here today. She's a great teacher. She has got many awards and accolades in the field of co-curricular activities. So, sorry ma'am, I wasn't able to mention your name. Okay, so next. I have received 25 lakh rupees from my grandfather as an inheritance, and how would I use it? Next. Mother India gives us so much selflessly. So it is our responsibility that we give it to her back and we take care of her resources. All right, so in this era of technological advancement such as robotics, AI, chat, GPT, etc. What about agriculture? Still the old traditional methods? No. The idea of my project is the incorporation of technology in agriculture. Agriculture is the backbone of the Indian economy. We all know that. It is a key contributor for India's economic growth. So, the contribution of agriculture in the GDP has been declining. So the incorporation of hydroponics and smart irrigation will help to increase the production of the crops using less resources. This would increase the GDP of our country. This would also increase the exports as well as the foreign exchange reserves. My aim is to make India a $5 trillion USD economy by 2025. Next, ma'am. This could be done with the incorporation of hydroponics, smart irrigation and farming facilities, smart cattle sheds, as well as a comprehensive e-commerce platform. Now, ma'am, next please. This will be done with, these scientists have discovered by checking the terrestrial plants as well as the aquatic plants that plants don't need soil to grow. They need the nutrients which they derive from the microorganisms. So what they will do is use hydroponics. Hydroponics is you grow plants using water, sand or gravel with added nutrients but without soil. Now hydroponics, why hydroponics? It will use 98% less water and 99% less land, and would produce 240 times more crops as compared to traditional farming. This is done because we all know the increasing population. People face acute food shortages. So, ma'am, next please. Yeah, Mr. Ganesh Bisht is a great example who is practicing hydroponics in his own farm in Dehradun. Next comes vertical farming. So, due to the erratic weather pattern of our country, the crops get destroyed and the farmers incur a huge loss. Vertical farming will grow plants using artificial stacking. They will artificially stack the plants one above the other, use automated irrigation according to the needs of the crops, as well as they will use the artificial lighting in case the sunlight is not available. So this would protect the plants from the ill effects of the weather conditions. Next, please. drip irrigation and farming facilities. So we all know drip irrigation is used across the country. It is widely used by the farmers, but they are not able to use it to its complete potential due to a lot of manual work. So internet operated drip irrigation would help the farmers to remotely control it, reduce the labor work, and increase the efficiency. Next, please. Next comes smart cattle sheds. This is something new. Smart cattle sheds, the farmers will be able to track the real-time movement of the cattle, their grazing period, their food intake, and etc. Now, the GPS-enabled collars would help them to measure the grazing period according to which they can take decisions. Also, this is not mentioned, the collars would also, it has a technology that would also get to know the time of ovulation of the cattle so that the farmer can maximize the pregnancy and increase the milk yield, which would help the livestock sector for the milk production. Next. Last but the best, e-commerce platform, a comprehensive e-commerce platform. With its extensive logistics chain, the farmers would not only be able to, contact with the domestic buyers, but with the international buyers as well. Now, this platform would also provide farmers with their detailed portfolio of how much sales is done, revenue, how many customers, etc. This would also help the farmers to get to know about various information such as the weather condition information. I would like to bring it to your notice. This was our idea in Nirman, our annual science exhibition of our school, which was highly appreciated by the visitors. It has won the Best Project Award, the e-commerce platform, and it has also been nominated for the Vivo Ignite National Science Project Award and got Zonal Western Region winner. Next. Ma'am, please, next one. Yeah. My project is smart. Why? I just told you everything in great detail. It is specific. The outcome of this project would be measurable in terms of the total revenue, profit margin, or at least a break-even point. It is achievable. I have certain targets which I believe is very achievable. Realistic. These all have been already been in practice in different parts of the world, but individually. It is not yet combined and used in the market. Time bound. I have taken the time for 3 years. Keeping in mind the implementation, execution, and growth. Next, please. Preparation of a budget is very important to cut down the discretionary expenses, increase the surplus, etc. So I have mentioned it in detail, the budget, and the total budget will be 46,95,000 rupees, out of which 25 lakh I am receiving from my grandfather. And the rest 21,95,000 rupees would be invested by bootstrapping. Sorry for that. It would be invested by bootstrapping, which I'll discuss on later in my investment part. Next, please. Insurance. It is a risk management strategy. We take insurance from the insurance company by paying them a fixed fee known as insurance premium. So we transfer the risk. I would take property insurance for the property I would be using for hydroponics, smart irrigation, and smart cattle sheds, so that in case my property gets damaged, I can get the coverage for it. Also, I would take financial insurance so that if I am efficient, but my partner is not, I incur a loss or something, I will get coverage for that one. Next, please. Investment. Investing money for profit is very essential. So I would take investment through bootstrapping in the initial stages of my business. Bootstrapping is basically taking, raising funds through our relatives, friends, etc. In the later stages, when I earn revenue, when I have a good profit margin, I can raise funds with the help of angel investors. So next. Banking. I can also raise funds with the help of the banks, development banks, who support agriculture, such as NABARD, the National Bank for the Rural and Agricultural Development. So also I would incorporate UPI and online banking for the ease of my transaction. My goal is also to contribute in the SDG goals, that is, it is not there, I'm sorry, in the SDG goals, that is the Sustainable Development Goals by the United Nations. So I would contribute, hydroponics is sustainable development goals. And my project would contribute in no poverty, zero hunger, decent work, and economic growth of the self-development goals. The G20 summit is the economic forum which is conducting many things. It is also focusing on agriculture, a part of it. I will also propose my idea over there. So before concluding my presentation, I would like to thank the management of our school, Mr. Shailesh Dalmia, our honorary secretary, and Dr. Seema Saini, my CEO and principal, who give us various opportunity to refurbish and refine our skills so that by participating in national and international competitions. At the outset, as quoted by Thomas Jefferson, I quote, agriculture is our best pursuit because it will contribute in the greatest wealth, that is the good morals and happiness. I unquote. Thank you.
Does your school allow you to become a co-founder to a project?
I don't know. I guess I don't know.
I have sent Nina a project right now on the WhatsApp. We are doing exactly this. And we have been funded about 10 CR by now.
All right. Okay, that's great.
Use your skills to get more of crowdfunding and bootstrapping and further investment from NABARD and all those things.
Yeah.
Brilliant connecting the dots of all the relevant institutions. And I can tell you that when we made our first presentation to the venture capitalist, it was not as comprehensive as this. And this is no exaggeration.
Okay.
Brilliant presentation.
Thank you, sir.
One question, why do you quote Thomas Jefferson? Could there have been our own Indian dude who said something wise?
Yeah, I know. Actually, sir, I was just searching. To be very honest, I won't lie. I was just searching for what agriculture ke liye kya? I was searching. Then I found this and I was like, this is so good. I really loved it. That's why.
It's quite a pity that actually there are very few quotes from our own people on the subject of agriculture, which is our mainstay of 70% of people, and agri and dairy combined. And despite the way our project is started with the scholar that you talked about.
Yeah.
How to track the animals.
Yeah,
the thing, and exactly how to even track their ovulation.
Yeah.
Which was the high point of our innovation that we did.
Okay.
And NDDB signed a MOU with us last year on May 19th for a 1-year thing for all their 12 lakhs cattle. And now we are building on this tracker.
All right.
Capture the muzzle, because when the cow ruminates, a healthy cow ruminates for 8 to 9 hours.
Yeah.
So when it's not ruminating, the tracker tells us that there's something wrong with the cow.
Okay.
So this is
I didn't know this. I didn't know this. Okay.
So we are, by the way, we have been told that why don't you get a diversity co-founder, a girl or someone. I said, okay, let me get a student girl. So, but anyway, I'll look into this presentation. Yeah. It's like brilliant. I don't know how and with what inputs you made it, but amazing presentation.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
You have to rethink that the Indian economy, the main driver of the Indian economy is not agriculture, but it's services.
Okay,
so,
okay. Yeah.
So, when we need to shift from the old agricultural technique to the new one that you are talking about, there is a reason why. I mean, why it is the case?
Ma'am, because right now I said, for example, I use hydroponics. It would use less resources. It would not exhaust the resources. We are exhausting a lot of resources and the efficiency is not good. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Not only all kinds of resources, but fixed resources, which is land.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And when you are using in an industry, when you are using fixed resources, your return for other factors, other resources fall.
Yeah.
And that industry, the size of that industry gets down over time.
Okay.
So with your plan, Do you have anything? So okay, that's agriculture, fine. But how it is going to help out the biggest sector of our economy, services?
Services. So let me rethink about it, ma'am. Just a second. So, ma'am, the services sector. I need to think about it, ma'am. I'm not very sure right now.
So basically, how your project is going to generate employment?
I can say generation of employment would be there in the manufacturing and the primary sector, but service sector, I haven't thought of that yet.
Okay.
Okay.
So you know, the India's biggest sector is the service sector.
Okay.
In all over the world, the other countries which took off from, so it's when an economy grows up, it naturally moves from agriculture to manufacturing to something, from agriculture to something else. So in other parts of the world, it was agriculture to manufacturing.
Yeah.
But in India, it was actually agriculture to services.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Okay, so that's a very unique feature that we have. And we need to, because of our human capital that we have, it's a big advantage in us. So we have to, the plans and this thing that you have thought of, that has to be to some sort of take advantage of that.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. I would look into it. I would research.
The other thing is that you have put all the things for your project. That you will start right now?
Ma'am, first of all, this is a hypothetical situation. I have not got 25 lakhs. First thing.
Suppose you got
Suppose I got it
now, and for say you can start it after, say, assume something after your schools, high schools.
After my high school, ma'am, actually, see, I have just completed 11, so I have 1 year. Then, actually, ma'am, I believe one more thing. This idea is great. I think this idea is very great, but still implementing the idea, I need a tech team and all. And I believe I still don't have that thing, that level of the management component which I should have to carry on a business.
So for that period of time till you get everything, how you are going to manage your this fund of yours for that period of time?
Yeah, to be this fund of mine, how will I manage?
For that period of time, still you start.
I can grow it. I can grow it by keeping it in bank in the fixed deposits and all.
Yeah, but that is not coming very clearly.
All right. Okay.
So I think this is a great business plan presentation.
Yeah.
Okay, because what you call it, very comprehensive. I would like to understand why did you think of this? What was your inspiration for thinking of this idea?
Actually, my uncle, my chacha, is an entrepreneur. He started doing this agriculture thing a few years ago. So I was like, okay, this is interesting. I have asked some things for him. So I was like, okay, this is great. I wanted to become an entrepreneur. So I was like...
But in agriculture?
No, I wasn't sure of that. I am still not sure of that. Abhi ke liye, I like this idea a lot. See, to be honest, I think life is very unpredictable because I have experienced it myself. So,
because of the corona, right?
Yeah, because, ma'am, and my thinking, I want to become this, then I change. But then the one thing is I have been constant, I want to do management and I want to do something in that. Business, like that.
So my second question is that as what ma'am just said, I think when you know that you're not going to be able to implement this right away, but the money has been given to you now.
Yeah.
25 lakhs has been given to you now, right? And you can't use it right away as per your plan. So that gap of 21 lakhs that was remaining that you require to start this business, if you had shown how this 25 lakhs could have perhaps grown to 21 lakhs and then you will start this business, I think would have made it complete because this is supposed to be an investment or a financial literacy presentation. So I think a little bit of the investment piece has not come out. So that would have been nice to see it. But as a business plan, amazing. And as Sir said, this is a very real life example. So very good to see that, of course, happening. But a little bit of the financial investment portion, I think, is missing and really would have helped to have it. Because then it would be more realistic what you're trying to portray rather than a theoretical?
Actually, when I was making this, I didn't think of it in that way. Ki okay, I have some time. I have some time. Usme I have to grow. I thought that if I have to start it right now with 25 lakh, I have to do something. So what will I do? Right. So in that way, baki ka jo 21 lakh, I thought of bootstrapping and starting a business. I thought in that way, but
no, so
yeah.
21 lakhs.
Yeah, now I understood it
right away, right? So if you're going to get a bank loan to bootstrap it with, let's assume for a minute, it's not investment, and so you're calling it bootstrapping because it's a different meaning. Bootstrapping has a different meaning altogether.
Okay. Am I doing it wrong? I'm so sorry. I didn't know it.
Think about it, but no, again, that's not the problem. Don't worry. This is an opportunity for everyone to learn. So I'm sure everybody's learning from you, and I'm sure you also learning as you're going. But if you had maybe used that as an opportunity to explain how you can take a bank loan, what are the different kinds of loans you get, right? What is the interest that you have to pay? How you have to think those through. That also is part of financial literacy.
Yeah, I actually searched that. I have mentioned it that I cannot take a loan as a minor because I searched it. What I got was I cannot take a loan as a minor.
Right.
So
that's what I'm saying. This becomes very theoretical. What exercise you've shown over here is a very theoretical. If you had shown how it can actually be done in a practical sense, and therefore what information, maybe somebody else is taking the loan. Maybe you are the brains and guiding force behind.
And somebody else will have taken.
But there's a founder who's doing it. So how? So then the financial literacy aspect of what you're supposed to present here would have been.
Yeah, I got it.
But great, I mean, absolutely great idea. And
thank you, ma'am.
All the best.
Thank you, ma'am.
If I say something, it's going to be reiterated the same thing because that was the first constant thought in my mind. You're getting 25 lakhs and you're taking additional loan of 90 lakhs to fulfill what you want to do. And hydroponics is great because I personally tried at my home and it really works very well. It takes lesser time. Obviously, you can have your own vegetables with whatever because you get now hydroponics kits also so that you can experiment. Having said that, whatever they are saying, the expectation was how you will 25 lakhs that you got, and you use the literacy thing that you have learned. But this entire thing, as Karen said, it's a beautiful plan. You should try out as a.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah.
And you are actually thinking of the informal credit market that you will bootstrap from.
Yes.
But our goal is to increase the size of the
formal. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Because there you may have to pay a double amount of.
Okay, I got it.
Or you say zero interest rate.
See, if I take it from my family, no, actually I thought that if I take it a very good friend or my family, so it might be zero interest. Yeah. So I thought it in that way while making it.
Even when we were discussing about this project, I was just suggesting her, why don't you pitch your idea in front of Shark Tank? I was just suggesting, So she said, ma'am, good idea. I will definitely go for that.
Yeah, but it's a good idea. You need little more depth in the research. Do that.
So, see, all this problem happened because you did not take me seriously. I knew they would ask all these questions. About what about the project? I told you right away. You could have said in one line, "And a co-founder
Yes.
So the idea is totally twist onto that.
Yeah.
All that we kept on saying that, I haven't written this, I forgot to write this, I'll speak.
Yeah.
You just needed to speak one thing, that I'm looking for a co-founder. And the co-founder sensed it, he made an offer. You didn't take him seriously. Second point.
Yeah.
So your bootstrapping would be like this, what ma'am was saying.
Yeah.
That bootstrapping and the finance is different. That now you go to the other room, there are other people who have got 25 lakhs. Now when you ask them that, can you share that 19 lakhs with me? That would be the bootstrapping and crowdfunding.
Yeah.
You go for institutional one, yes, the rates are high. But then it's the real time thing I'm telling you, and I think I probably need to talk to you on this, Be the poster girl at least for our project. So, the government schemes. So we are actually presently working on one real one. And if I buy 200 cows worth 2 crores, the government gives me 2 crore subsidy.
Okay.
Free of cost, no interest.
All right.
To create a shed, create a biosystem.
Okay.
Wherein I make fertilizer, I make the cow dung products.
All right.
Apart from the milk products.
Okay.
So 2 crores I get traditional, and there's 400 such schemes available. So what we are doing right now is doing the first one for ourselves and inviting 400 other people from different states to set it up. We will give them consulting, and if they can't manage, we will take stakes in the company.
Okay, I got it.
So this is how it goes. So you're a perfect case for a venture capital shark tank and all these things. Okay. So we will talk about something very interesting that is figured. Okay. Brilliant presentation, but
Thank
that budgeting thing was lacking.
Yeah.
That what do you do with that money?
No, actually, what I did was not with the 25 lakh. I made the budget and that went up. So yeah.
Beyond that, when
yeah.
I keep saying that, what do you do with that money? How do you maximize?
Yeah.
Well, you took it way beyond the maximization. Okay.
Okay.
So this is to raise, like you have so much of confidence in your project that you are willing to take money from others as well.
Yeah.
Take it to the next step.
Mm-hmm.
And the plan, and this is even franchises right now.
Mm-hmm.
Suppose if you were doing this, that is my model.
Yeah.
Okay, but of course you haven't walked your own talk. But then franchises model will make money.
Yeah.
And the best thing is that we take a co-founder and get going.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, there are more things I want to talk, but not for now.
All right, yes, sir.
Co-founding together, we will talk.
Yes, sir, okay.
Brilliant.
No, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now may I request Master Ronak Raj from Parvathy's Anugrahaa School from Tamil Nadu. Please come, Ronak. All the best.
Good afternoon to all. I am Ronak Raj of grade 9 of Parvathy's Anugrahaa International School, Dindigul, Tamil Nadu. And after attending this very informative DhanGyan course, I am able to tell that I am financially literate by the age of 15. On this day, before a few months, I was one among the ordinary students of grade 9 who was just focusing on the academics and was preparing for the exams. But after a few days, I came to know about a course which was being offered by USO through my school. This course was about financial literacy, and me, who was totally unaware of what financial literacy is, got curious about it. Then I enrolled myself in this course and then found it to be very informative and interesting. From this course, I learned the basics of finance and became a financially literate student. Then I attempted a test and secured 90% marks in it, after which I got a chance to do a very amazing project. And now, today I am here to present that amazing project in front of you all, titled, How Will I Utilize the Amount Rupees 25 lakhs if I get it as an inheritance from my grandfather. Through this presentation, I am going to share my small but significant experience which I got through this course. So, let's see the outline of how I will utilize the amount Rupees 25 lakhs. So, this Rupees 25 lakhs will be used by me to do some investments. And these investments will be done by me considering my current age. I will invest in less risky instruments with good returns. In my perception, investment on self-development can give us the best returns. So, first of all, I would like to invest an amount for my higher education and then to get a considerable monthly income. After this, I would like you to introduce with my SMART goals. So, as a student, first of all, I would like to have a sum of rupees 20 lakhs after 5 years for my higher education. It will be helpful for me to have a good career and will give me many opportunities in my life. Next. Then I would like to have a monthly income of rupees 10,000. Next. From this income, I will invest an amount regularly in the stock market so that I can get experience and get to know about the ground realities of the market, and it will be beneficial for me in my life in the future.
Then I would like to have a monthly rupees 2,500 which I can use to pay for my skill courses, for example, coding, editing, affiliate marketing, etc. It would help me to gain knowledge and will also help in my personality development. Then I would like to have at last a lump sum of rupees 20 lakhs after 10 years which I can use in the future to have my own business, and then I can become an entrepreneur. Then I would like to achieve this, I would like to have a proper budgeting plan with which I can achieve my goals. So I will invest rupees 11.5 lakhs in National Savings Certificate, rupees 4.5 lakhs in Post Office Monthly Income Scheme, rupees 1 lakh to set up my cyber cafe business, then rupees 5 lakhs in mutual funds, rupees 1.5 lakhs in stocks, and another rupees 1.5 lakhs in bonds. Next. One more. Next. Now, before doing all these investments, I would like to have a health insurance for my family, because I think we should keep our family safe and secure at every point of time. For this, I will choose a good insurance with good terms and policies. This insurance will be helpful to me and my family in condition of a sudden medical expense. For this, I will choose an insurance with an annual premium of rupees 12,000. Now, for this, I will use the amount which I will get from my cyber cafe business. Now, let's move on to the investments part. So, as I have a less risk-taking capability, I will diversify my money in different assets so that I can get a safe and secure return. So for this, I will invest a major amount of my inheritance money, that is rupees 11.5 lakhs in National Savings Certificate. It would give a return of rupees 15.5 lakhs after 5 years at a return percent of 6.8% per annum. The reason to choose NSC is very clear. Although FDs also give same interest percent as that of NSC, NSC gives many tax benefits which increases the return. For example, in NSC, only the 5th year's interest is taxable. On the other hand, fixed deposit has different kinds of taxes. Such an example is TDS deduction which reduces the return. After this, I would like to invest rupees 4.5 lakhs in Post Office Monthly Income Scheme. It would give me a monthly income of rupees 2,500 at a return percent of 7% per annum. And after the duration of 5 years, rupees 4.5 lakhs will be returned back to me. The monthly income will be used by me to pay for my skill courses, and the lump sum amount which I will get after 5 years, that is rupees 4.5 lakhs, along with the money that I will get from NSC, that is rupees 15.5 lakhs, would add up total to rupees 20 lakhs which I can use for my higher education. After this, I would like to set up my own cyber cafe business, for which I will invest rupees 1 lakhs. For this, I will buy 4 computer systems and place them in a spare room in my house. From this, I can earn by charging people to use my computer systems. From this, I can charge an example rupees 50 for 30 minutes. As I see an opportunity of this business in my area, I think so I can earn a monthly income of rupees 10,000 after spending on all maintenance. Next one. After this, I will invest rest of the inheritance amount in the capital markets. For this, I will invest rupees 5 lakhs in mutual funds, which would yield rupees 12.5 lakhs after 10 years at a return percent of 11% per annum. The reason to choose mutual funds is that in mutual funds, our money is handled by professional fund managers, which makes it a safer side and gives us a secure return. After this, I would like to invest rupees 1.5 lakhs in stocks of large cap companies with taking a very less risk. It would give me a return of rupees 4.5 lakhs after 10 years at an interest rate of 12% per annum. Then I would like to invest another rupees 1.5 lakhs in bonds. For this, I will choose agency with AAA rating, and it would yield rupees 3 lakhs after 10 years at a return percent of 7% per annum. The money which I will get from mutual funds, bonds and stocks will totally add up to rupees 20 lakhs, which I can use to have our own startup in future. Then I will use banking products to achieve my goals. For this, I will use all the banking products and services wisely. So first of all, to manage my monthly income, I would need a savings account, for which I will opt for a bank which would provide me the facility of having a minor savings account. Then I would need a demat account, for which I will choose a bank, a good bank. This demat account will be used by me to invest in stocks and bonds regularly. After this, I will invest in mutual funds through a good government bank. At last, I can conclude that I will use banking products in such a way that it can help me to achieve my goals. With this, I would like to conclude that I will use rupees 25 lakhs in such a way that it can give me a monthly income of rupees 12,500, along with a lump sum amount of rupees 20 lakhs after 5 years and another rupees 20 lakhs after next 5 years, which would be a total sum of rupees 40 lakhs. With this, I would like to thank my school and the USO team who has given me this wonderful opportunity to present this project. I would like to thank Mr. Sridhar, who is the secretary of our school, Mr. Jashwant sir, who is the director of our school, Mrs. Anish Fatima ma'am, who is our principal, and at last I would like to thank Mrs. R. Chitramala, who has helped me while this project. Thank you.
I think this is truly an investment plan, because not only did you show an investment plan of what you'll do with the 25 lakhs that you get, but also how you can double it, and
Yes,
and
ma'am.
also how you can then use it to get money back again into your life.
Yes, ma'am.
So I think very fantastic. I mean, absolutely brilliant presentation.
Thank you, ma'am.
One key thing over here is again the budget.
Budget, yes, ma'am.
Yeah. I don't see a budget over here. That's the only thing. Like, how do you really
Ma'am,
gauge your requirements?
And there
For
one
future.
tabular column was there, ma'am, where I have shown.
Can you just go back if you don't mind? I probably missed it. My mistake if I missed it, but
Here, ma'am, I have given all where I will invest, how much time period, returns, and how much I will get from this.
yeah. So this I saw, but this is where are your expenses?
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
How are you going? Because like you said, I want so much amount every month. So very beautifully done.
Yes, ma'am.
I have no complaints whatsoever. It's just that I'm trying to make it go as perfect as possible.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you,
So
ma'am.
from that perspective, but if what are your expenses like every month? Why do you feel you need at least this much amount every month? Would have made it absolutely perfect. But otherwise, great. And in the budget, as I said again and again, I think I'm saying this to everybody. There's an income and expenses. There's a particular way you present a budget, right?
Yes,
And
ma'am.
that maybe is a small piece that I would love to see that come in again into your presentation, because I'm sure you can take this to a lot of your students and
Yes, ma'am.
help many other students also gain. Because as you said, 3 months before you didn't know anything about
Yes, ma'am.
financial literacy, and today you are presenting a phenomenal budget. Thank you.
So, ma'am, can I explain about how would I use that monthly income? So, I need rupees 10 lakhs, from which I will invest an amount rupees 7,500 approximately in the stocks, so that I can get experience. Then 1,000 I will save each month for having my insurance plan. And the rest out money which I will get from that 10,000 will be used by me for my personal expenses.
So that's the expenses I wanted to understand, so that you also understand. See, one of the things of financial literacy is not just about investing. All of us talk about investing,
Yes, ma'am.
right? But we never look at our expenses, right? And a big part of financial literacy is also controlling your expenses.
Yes, ma'am.
Investing and making money is one part, but how are we able to cut costs? How are we able to understand and prioritize our expenses? So like ma'am was talking earlier about the economy, right? Understanding economics.
Yes,
It's
ma'am.
not financial literacy is not just about investment. It's also, and budgeting is not only about utilization of funds. It is also understanding how to prioritize. Where do you need your money to go into? What are my real needs? Like we said, please use money on fun. Please use money on rewarding yourself. Nothing wrong in that. But as long as you understand the percentage, if your percentage of fun and reward is 50% of your salary, then you're not going to be able to save much
Yes,
money,
ma'am.
right? So those elements, if it came in, I think would be just perfect, icing on the cake but the cake by itself is very tasty.
Okay.
So I don't have a question. I just wanted to understand.
Yes, ma'am.
You come from Tamil Nadu. Okay. And I was always curious to understand why you thought of having a cyber cafe when the world is going for a smartphone. So, like, why, like, how thought?
Ma'am, although I come from mostly from a semi-urban area, most of the people have mobile phones, but still they don't know the potential of how they can use the mobile phones. Like for small common works like Aadhaar card updation, ration card updation, they come for cyber cafes. So I think so, as my mother is a housewife, she can also help me in this business and can help them to do that common task. And in nowadays, people are going for freelancings, for which they don't have their own computer systems. So they can come to my cyber cafe and then they can use my computer systems and they can do earn by this, and they can pay me also and they can earn by this.
The most important thing is he wants to give job for his mother also.
Yeah,
though she's
that's a very
educated,
beautiful thought.
she's not working, so he's going to set up a cyber cafe at home itself, and she's going to manage the same.
Yeah, beautiful thought. I was just curious why you thought of a cyber cafe when the cyber cafe is actually gone from.
Actually, we were prepared for this question because we know that you'll ask this question when we include this.
Same problem, like when I was preparing this project, I used a it was little bit problem if you go for a PowerPoint in phone, but in the school I prepared this project, so that much problem didn't come. So there I faced that with phone we can't do all the tasks which we can do with the computer systems.
So it's like a co-working space he wants to develop.
Yes, ma'am.
Rather than a cyber cafe.
Yeah. Computers come. Yeah. Go ahead. No. Actually, I really don't have any questions because I find that you have understood your financial interests very well. But in the budget part.
Yes, ma'am.
You have to have some perception about your future expenses and how your investment plans are going to fulfill that much.
Okay, ma'am. So I will surely work on that, ma'am.
So I think Cyber Cafe was the only catch in your entire presentation that anybody could catch. Okay. So what you have done today, and now that you are going to set up Cyber Cafe, how you can use what you have done today as a revenue earner in the Cyber Cafe? Just unrelated question. Unrelated.
Sir, can you tell once again?
What you have done today and how you can use this in your Cyber Cafe to earn more money. Because you have invested the money on Cyber Cafe, now that money should make more money.
That money should make.
So you have many ways of doing it, like freelance work and all you mentioned. Okay, but what you did today, can this also be used to make more money in Cyber Cafe?
In Cyber Cafe, mostly if we see, we can increase that whatever I get income from that Cyber Cafe. I have told that how I will distribute that amount so that I can get more income from that. But you are asking about how will I, from my present knowledge, how.
Today, no, what you have done today here, something you did today here, you can use the Cyber Cafe to make more money in the Cyber Cafe.
So same as ma'am told, we can reduce the expenses in Cyber Cafe so that we can increase the.
No. What you're doing right now, sitting here, okay, something of this you can do from a Cyber Cafe to make more money out of Cyber Cafe.
So as I think so, here I am presenting about my project. So in the same way, I can present about my Cyber Cafe to all the people and do marketing with which I can create an awareness about the people how they can come to my Cyber Cafe.
Oh, that's one for sure. That's for sure. Yeah.
I think sir wants to say that you would train people in your Cyber.
So what is that? You are anyway like it's an excellent presentation. You can be training more people into financial literacy. Yeah.
You can develop a community here.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Come.
The financial literacy that you can give to others.
Especially if you just send a message that 25 lakhs has come as inheritance, a lot of people will come in hope that maybe they will also, by just coming into Cyber Cafe, might get it. Great job, brilliant. No other host except Cyber Cafe.
I just want to add, I think this is the first presentation which has taken the meaning of diversification
because your entire presentation is very diversified. You've used your money in all aspects that you can use it to grow. So it's gone beyond what we have actually taught in our courses. nowhere was it mentioned, cyber cafe, owning your own business. That, I mean, is a side thought, and I love the fact that you've taken that, incorporated that as well to grow your money.
Yes, ma'am.
A message that I think need to tell everyone is great plans, great ideas. Don't let this just be a presentation that you made for a DhanGyan project and now it's just sitting there catching dust, or it's in one of your deleted folders or one of those archived folders on your computer or phone. Please take this into account, review it, see what action you can take on it, because it's best to start early. It may not be in your name, it can be in your mother's name, your father's name, or, or whatever that might be. But do start early with whatever plans you have. Yeah? But fabulous. Great diversification strategy.
I'll surely inculcate this ideas to my real life.
So what Sarah said, you can start with your smartphone.
Yes, ma'am.
YouTube.
Okay, ma'am.
Also to your school.
Okay, sir. Okay, ma'am.
Thank you, Ronak. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Now, please, may I request Ms. Mishita Sharma. Ms. Mishita Sharma from Pathseekers, Punjab. Hi, Mishita, please come and present your report. All the best. Come. Now, please, you can assist.
Hello everyone, I am Mishita Sharma from Pathseekers School, Byas. Today I am going to share my investment plan on how I invested the virtual amount of rupees 25 lakhs given by my grandfather. As we all know, 25 lakhs is such a huge amount. So, to make it easier, I decided my goal should be SMART. That means S for specific, and it was clear in my mind that I want to get financial freedom by the time I'm 18 years of age. Then is M for measurable, means to quantify your goals. So I decided to invest a measurable amount in various avenues. Then is A for achievable, means it has to be a goal with some target that can be met. So my target was to earn safe returns and multiply the funds invested. Then is R for relevant, and the goal should be relevant. So I made sure that my various investments are aligned with my main goal, that is financial freedom. And the last is T for time bound, means to achieve something within a time frame. So I decided to invest in those funds that would multiply within a time frame when I need it for my higher education, university studies and marriage expenses. After this, the next task was to prepare a budget plan. As we all know, a budget is a tool to track when and how you spend or earn your money. Creating a budget is an important pillar of overall success and security. So I decided to create a budget plan on how I invested the virtual amount of rupees 25 lakhs in various avenues such as insurance, investments, banking, etc. Firstly, I invested the amount in insurance as it provides the financial security to the family in the case of unfortunate death of the policyholder. Insurance is of two types, the general and life insurance. I invested in market linked for 4 lakhs for ULIP, that is unit linked insurance plan. ULIP is a combination of life insurance and investment. The premium paid for ULIP is eligible for tax deduction under section 80C. Besides this, with the rising cost of medical expenses, hospitalization costs can be financially strenuous. So, to prevent this risk and avoid the expense, I decided to buy a medical health policy for rupees 5,000 per year, which will cover up to rupees 3 lakhs for medical claim, and it is a handsome amount given at my age. After this, I decided to invest in some investment scheme. Firstly, in gold bonds. In gold bonds, I decided to invest rupees 5 lakhs for a period of 3 years, as it offers a superior alternative of holding gold in the physical form. There is no cost of storage. It is also free from issues like making charges and purity. The amount which I will get after 3 years could be utilized for my higher studies. After this, I decided to invest in mutual funds. As we all know, mutual funds is a pool to manage investors' money in various avenues. So, in mutual funds, I decided to invest in SIP, that is Systematic Investment Plan. Here I decided to invest rupees 5,000 per month in SIP for a period of 5 years, as it gives assured returns without worrying about the volatility and timing of the market. Then I thought of investing in MIS, that is Monthly Income Scheme. I decided to invest rupees 4,50,000 in MIS for a period of 5 years, as it gives assured and risk-free returns. Then I decided to invest in National Savings Certificate. It is also my grandfather's favorite. I decided to invest rupees 5 lakhs in NSC for a period of 5 years. The amount which I will get after 5 years would be reinvested again, and it would be around 9 lakhs at the end. As no investor forgets to make investment in fixed deposit, so how can I? Yes, I would make investment in tax saving fixed deposit for 2 lakhs for a period of 5 years. Suppose the interest rate on fixed deposit is of 7.4%, so the bank would give around 90,000 as interest. We should never forget the importance of liquidity to meet any kind of emergency. So I would keep the balance amount of rupees 1,50,000 in my saving account to meet any kind of incidental expense or for self-development. I would utilize the money for self-development by pursuing some courses like coding, artificial intelligence, and communication skills. Helping the poor and needy people is a good deed. In order to help poor and needy people, I would like to create a book bank, arrange a library, or also pay for school fees of the children. At the end, I would like to thank USO India for providing this wonderful platform where I could enhance, develop, and showcase my skills to develop my investment plan and also enhance my financial literacy knowledge. And also the special thanks to our principal, ma'am, Dr. Sucheta Jasrai, and headmistress, ma'am, Sindhu Tharane. I would also thank our mentor, Mr. Shami sir, who had guided me throughout this journey. Thank you.
Are you utilizing all your money after 2-3 years?
Yes, sir.
Are you utilizing all your money after 2-3 years, or is it growing beyond that also?
No, sir, within 5 years.
You'll be utilizing most of your money. Can there be a way also that you leave some amount to grow as well?
Yes, sir.
Why do you want to finish all the money after 25 years?
No, sir, not in 5 years. Some for after 3 years for my higher education, and some for my marriage expenses also.
Correct. Which is correct. Yeah, I saw that on the slide. Yeah. I was only curious that wouldn't you like to keep some money trail beyond also? Like, otherwise you are finishing all your money in 5 years.
Yes.
Right? So.
Sir, in NSC it would be reinvested for 5 years also.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Fine.
What is your timeline for higher education and for marriage?
For higher education, after 3 years, And for marriage, it's not yet decided. I have not thought of it.
No, because it's a very real example actually. It's a life example because in today's day and age of the big fat
The big fat Indian wedding, you know, it's a reality that the budgets for weddings go really haywire. So it's a good idea to plan for it, and I would advise everybody to. But perhaps understanding that, okay, what is the timeline? So again, in investment, the timeline and the period, and that is the realistic part. See, achievable is saying I will achieve, but you know, and the time bound, right? If you understand your SMART goals, then you also need to know these timelines very, even if it's not exact, you need to have some concept and idea of it, because that will match with whether the returns is in line with that or not, because what amount you start with and what amount you want to end with, if you're not sure about it, then your investment strategy will change. So that has to come out a little bit more from that perspective. Yeah. Again, same thing as budgeting. I'm sorry, I'm telling this to every single presentation, because I feel that's one of the most important skills also, not just from a financial literacy point of view, but even from a simple thinking, planning, strategy, life skill, point of view. It's so important, and we don't do it. We tend to live from paycheck to paycheck, or we live from inheritance to inheritance, right? We can't do that. So I think that's something I really want to emphasize again. And the last, I think, is in terms of the investment also, while there's a good spread, can you tell me why you didn't think of insurance was not there, right?
Ma'am, it's there.
Was
I
that?
mean,
Okay.
you live.
Sorry, I missed that then. Okay, great. Because that's something I was also find very important for everybody to keep a track. Great. Go ahead.
So I just, if my
kind of it is going to kind of a bit repetition with what ma'am said. So I think that you have budget content. Your presentation is more of a bit theoretical. So you have the concept of budget here, but it would have been good if you could have given a table with, okay, this is my planned expenses and how I am going to do it after 5 years. So with an example, some this much I am going to spend in this much on my higher education, this much on my marriage, expenses, this much, and how that, and also if you can think of a little bit beyond on using all the fund in in 5 years, rather than if you can keep it later for something for later also, that you can do something else. So higher education will never end. It will, in our kind of the kind of job services we are, the education never ends. So you might always find that you will need funds to have more higher and higher and higher education, right? So that you can think of. It's just a comment, it's not an answer, question.
And we will add it.
What I had about the budgeting thing, just to trigger a thought, I mean, that supposing you were to not, you certainly require that marriage expenses are not required. So where will you put that chunk? Under which head you will put that chunk?
I could use it for social development also, if not in marriage expenses.
why not traveling throughout the world?
Ideas of budgeting is to know that if this doesn't happen, where you can put. So when you have your matrix in the table, as ma'am was saying, the table is laid down, you move from one to here and see how it impacts. So social is a very good idea. So what is social generally? Some keywords?
Like giving some amount in orphanages for their development also, and for helping the people who cannot afford children's education.
Maybe do financial planning for them as well. Fine. I think that's about it.
So a little bit more of your ideas about long-term, short-term investment plans.
I think your presentation was very nice, and I want to commend you because you have considered about all angles where you could potentially need the funds for your future, which includes not just your education but also your marriage. So it is very nice that you want to be completely and wholly independent in that sense and not put any financial burden on your parents. Of course, there will always be something or the other that they'll help you out, but the fact that you considered it is very, very nice. So I want to commend you for that. I won't repeat what everybody has said. I share the same opinion. It's always important to start with how much money you're going to need and then probably see how you can work your way backwards. That'll help you get there sooner and faster, and then you have a clearer plan in your head. That goes with other things in your life too. You want to pursue an education, what do you want to do, and then you can sort of work your way backwards. But really good, nice, very good effort. So congratulations.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now may I request Ms. Purva Sharma from SLS DAV Public School, Delhi. Please come. All the best. This is the last presentation.
Good afternoon. I am Purva Sharma of 9th Standard of SLS DAV Public School, Mausam Vihar, Delhi. I have been participating in DhanGyan programs since last year when I was in 8th Standard. Our financial literacy teacher, Ms. Priyanka Mahesh Kumar, has helped me understand the main objective of DhanGyan. She has guided and inspired me to understand the need, importance and use of various investment options while taking care of risk, safety and liquidity factors. I have got a project topic to state that if I get an amount of 25 lakhs in inheritance from my grandfather, so how will I use them? I am a 14 years old teenager with big future dreams. My primary goal is to get good education without any hindrance. So, if I get any amount in inheritance, I would like to invest the money in various investment options after checking the risk factors, liquidity, safety and other necessary factors available. My current goal is to pursue higher studies in laws like my mother, so that I may get a good position in any legal field. At present, I am in 9th Standard and I will be able to pursue law after completing 12th Standard. And for that, I will be needing a huge amount of money. So, I will invest the money in various investment options so that I may be able to use the invested money and the interest received thereon for my higher studies and other future needs. I have prepared my budget and I will invest my money in the following investment options like fixed deposit, sweep bank account, term life insurance, equity mutual funds, balanced mutual funds and gold ETFs. Being an only child of my mother, who is my only parent, it is my responsibility to take care of her. So I will definitely opt for term life insurance of rupees 1 crore with an annual premium of rupees 20,000. It will provide me higher coverage with a lower premium and will guarantee financial support to my mother. I will invest my money in various investment options. I will invest 2.5 lakhs in equity mutual funds, which will provide me higher coverage for a lower premium. I will invest 2.5 lakhs in balanced mutual funds for better returns with lower risk. I will invest 10 lakhs in gold ETFs so that I may be able to use the money for my higher educations in the future. In banking products, I would like to deposit my money in sweep bank account so that I may get a higher return and I may be able to use the money with a good liquidity. I will invest 5 lakhs in fixed deposit account for getting a higher interest rate and for keeping my money secure and safe. DhanGyan, as the term suggests, is the financial literacy. It is an important skill that should be taught to the child since childhood. It is a combination of awareness, knowledge, skills, attitude and behavior necessary to make financial sound decisions for achieving financial well-being. I thank the DhanGyan program and my Priyanka ma'am. The plans are not mere plans. I feel as if my dreams are coming true because now I know how to make money with the money I am having in hand. Thank you.
One of the things I really liked of what you said just now is that you're thinking of your mother's, insurance, right? So very often, yes, we can think about our own health insurance is a very good thing and we must, definitely. But thinking about our parents' insurance, over a period of time is also equally important. One, because they are parents, but two is because if you're responsible for them, that is an expense you may have to incur later in your life. So thinking of it today itself makes a lot of sense from both point of views, emotional as well as practical. So I really liked hearing that. Budget again would have been nice to have that. I have to be consistent in my remarks, right? So that would be good. But and you put a nice pie chart over there. It would have been good if you had actually given the figures along with that, because then it would be more clear, how you're giving that amount, So that would have been good to do that. Other than that, I think I'm good. Your higher education, you've written that 20 lakhs loan. I mean, it'll cost you 20 lakhs to do your education, right?
It's total like LLB, BA, MA, LLM.
Yeah. So again, here, how your money you're getting and how you're going to use it towards that would have been good to see. But other than that, it's great. Good.
Thank you, ma'am.
What's the period of investment planning? For how long you are going to plan for these investments? So it's like for next 10 years, 20 years?
Around 5 to 10 years. Because now I am 14, I am in 9th standard and I need the money for my higher education. So 5 years will be...
Are you breaking the planning in time periods into different time periods, like for your whatever you need for your studies, you do it for 5. Then for insurance, health and your mother's insurance for beyond 5 years.
Yes, ma'am, like term life insurance, I'll be taking it for like 10 to 20 years. And for the investments, I'll be for 5 years and the bank accounts also.
And for your fund for LLB law, that's in NSS, right? That you plan? No. Yeah, law. For law, for studying law. So that expenses you have planned to put in that investment you have planned to put in NSS? No.
Ma'am, pardon?
Out of 25 lakhs, how much you are going to invest to get your 20 lakh rupees for your higher education over the period of, let's say, 5-10 years?
25 lakhs. I have put 5 lakhs in sweep account and 5 lakhs in fixed deposit and 2.5 lakhs in balanced mutual funds and equity mutual funds each. So after a term of 5 years, around 5 years, with good interest rates, I'll be able to use the money for my higher education, because currently the interest rate of sweep account is around 7%. So I'll get around like if I take annually, so it will be costing me around 35,000, and for 5 years, if we multiply 35 by 5, so we will get 150, around 1,80,000.
You could have done the calculation and put it in the tabular form. It would have been more, the presentation wise it would have been better.
Actually, it's a hypothetical situation. तो मैंने अभी मोटा-मोटा ही सोचा है, ज़्यादा deep गई नहीं.
मोटा-मोटा ही सोचना था. लेकिन presentation में if you can put it.
Yes, ma'am.
You just mentioned that when you were talking about equity mutual fund, that you can buy the cover cheap. I think you're aware that equity mutual fund doesn't have the cover. That is only for investment, right? Unless that was of a tongue.
Sir, your voice is not clear to me.
When you were mentioning about equity mutual fund,
yes, sir.
You mentioned that I can buy it cheap, the cover, okay. So that cover is not part of equity mutual fund, right? And the term insurance you are buying is for your mother, right? Not for yourself, correct? You can't buy it anyway for yourself right now. So that equity mutual fund, I think you mentioned that you can get a cover cheap. I think you are aware that there's no cover in equity mutual fund. That's only for money to grow. Right.
Sir, I'll invest my 2.5 lakhs in equity mutual funds with equity mutual funds. Let us enjoy higher interest rates. So after in an interval of time, I'll get the amount with me. Because of higher liquidity, I can withdraw my amount anytime.
No, only you mentioned the cover there, that I can buy the cover cheap, I think. So
is there any life cover in equity mutual fund they ask? There is life cover?
That is not there. So in case, I think you probably mentioned, but that's okay. That may be carried forward from the term insurance that you are buying hypothetically. Okay. So I think, that is where, as ma'am was saying, if the tables are there, okay, you could have made it more tabular hypothetically also, but more tabular, that is it, so that we can just go slide by slide. That will help you also to figure it out what is when, which is going. That's it, otherwise.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Now we have completed the presentation, I think. Thank you so much for everyone. It was a nice presentation. And now I think this is for lunch break. We have half an hour. Yeah, 1 to 1:30. No? Yeah, 1 to 2 o'clock. This we have having our lunch. Okay. See you after lunch, you all, for the felicitation ceremony. Thank you.